I need that sports encyclopedia. U.S. Steve Kim. Got Trent in the cut.
What are you?
He's the best.
Yeah.
He's a master motivator.
I'm a master motivator. I ain't no regular ass motivator. I'm a fucking master.
Coaches tried to make practice so hard that the game was less intrusive. Like they coached you that way. Like people think, well, they were just yelling. No, they were trying to put you under stress and put you in under duress so that when you got in the game, you could mentally handle adversity.
If you go through JUCO and you make it out of JUCO, you can make it anywhere.
I respect the hell out of you to see that you're doing what you're doing and still doing what you're doing for real, the way you do it, man. From day one, you had the same enthusiasm. You keep the same enthusiasm, and it's fucking contagious.
In my opinion, I think Shedeur Sanders the best deep ball in college football. I don't think
Can you just say something nice about Shedeur Sanders?
I love talking ball. It's nice to connect with guys that are like-minded and just are real and genuine.
And I'll proudly stand up next to you all. God bless America.
You said belt to ass, T-Red. You got the belt around you.
Smitty and Jason Brown.
Coach JB Show.
What up, man? The real Coach JB. We're here in the building, man. We had some audio technical difficulties. So, look, we got a mic set up. If you can hear me, hit the like button. If you can hear me, pound the like button because we're in the new we got a new mic set up, man, because the other mic is all messed up. So, we're in the building, man. It's Merciless Monday, March Madness Monday, Bracket Monday. We got college hoops legend, former DePaul, Florida State head coach, Pat Kennedy joining us to talk all things March Madness. So if you guys don't know who that is, go check it out. Go look his resume up. He'll be on at the last hour of the show. We got Shaun King. We got Big Matt McChesney. We got a loaded lineup all week long. We got guests. We got the legendary national championship college hoop coach, one of my idols, Jim Herrick, UCLA 1995 national championship coach, joining us Friday on the show. So make sure you pound that like, subscribe, become a member. We got loaded guests all week long. Jay Mariotti, if you don't know who that is, go check him out. We got some college hoop insiders joining us this week. Like I said, man, love the new setup. We got it all. Pound that like, subscribe, become a member if you're not one. We got a lot going on, so make sure you pound that like. We are in the building, man, and appreciate everybody joining us. We are here, and let's get the party started, man. You see the thumbnail. Aaron Rodgers is once again slow playing the football world, acting as if he is still a highly sought-after commodity. The problem is he is not a highly sought-after commodity. Now it's 50-50 that he becomes a Minnesota Viking. And listen, I'm not saying I'm the source for all breaking news, but I am hearing something. And the things that I've heard is if he doesn't become a Viking, and they do not offer him, he could retire before signing in New York or Pittsburgh. But what do I know? We're going to dive right into it, man, with my main man, my Far East Sider, Naptown legend, 317, LeBron Hairline having, Lamar Jackson loving, AR5 jocking, Fox Sports' very own, Big Smitty joins us.
Yeah. Yeah. What's going on, y'all? It's Monday, man. Started a new week. JB got the new mic. Sounds way better than the old mic, man. We here live, man. We got JB right here. He's grumpy as usual. Young Bailey in the back, but it wouldn't be us without my main man, Ito Crazy, Joe Ketchum Click, Blue, Gene, Jesse ULBC, Danny Sanchez, Jonathan Kidd, Casey Singh, and Bill, Jared, and Boston Richie, and Ghost, and EDO Crazy again. We got some new members in here. I'm hearing names I ain't never heard in my life. We are at 980 right now. We need 20 more members to get to that 1,000. Can we get to the 1,000, y'all? We need y'all. Let's get to the 1,000 officially today. We need y'all to get over the hump. We are at 980. Kudos to y'all for getting us this far. 20 more today, we there. 20 more today, we there. Let's make it happen. What's going on, Jason?
970. I see 970. Here's the thing. Here's the issue. Save Grill Sports. New merch is out, Smitty. New merch is out.
Okay, I see it. I see it.
Save the Grill Sports. I got all of them. Yeah, I got all of it. Save Grill Sports. I wore this yesterday on the boat, but I wore a different one. I got about 4 different colors. I got the hoodie now. I got the crop top for the female. He wore one. Here's the issue. I had this fucking fat wobble body purple hair walk up and thought that I was actually like a fucking Democratic fucking liberal. I said, no, I'm actually saving women's sports from playing weirdo fucks like you. That is what the difference was. So she actually thought I was on their side on that color rainbow shit, on that LGBT, LT, LDD and all that shit. I'm like, no, motherfucker. I'm actually trying to help real girls. But anyway, I got a whole new setup, Smitty, because I'm on a whole nother like browser. Like I'm like on Elon Musk browser or something. I never even heard of this browser. I never even heard of this one.
I won't be on that browser.
I never even heard of this shit. But I guess if you can hear me, we're in there, Smitty, like swimwear.
Yeah, they can hack you, whatever. As long as I can hear you, I don't care.
Yeah, that's another whole nother worry, but fuck it. Smitty, the boat was unbelievable yesterday. Everybody thought it was going to be cold and cloudy. I said, nah, I got to have faith. I walk by faith, not by sight, as you know, Smitty, because I'm the most God-fearing man on this show. And I'm like, look, let's go. And it was fucking like 70, clear, fucking unbelievable, man. Got sunburned a little bit, actually.
Look at my guy. Look at Rube, man. Why you going that fast, bro?
Huh?
Look at Ruben. Why you going this fast? Rube really holding on for his life. It's almost like racist, and you laugh. Look at you laughing.
Hey, look at it. It looked like I was going into a storm too.
It does. Like a tornado was coming.
It was fine. WPS. Yeah, that was WPC. That was white people shit, motherfucker. I took the boat all the way around the fucking thing, dog. I'm telling you. Then my anchor blew off the thing and it wrapped around. This is boat life, Smitty. This is what happens. Hey, it wrapped around Smitty around like the anchor holder. Yeah. And it landed on my fucking front of the anchor box, and it put a fucking gash in that motherfucker. Whole anchor went up, boom, bow. And I was like, fuck, I had to stop in real ocean, like out there in the real ocean, sharks, whales, all the real shit. I stopped, go get out. I got to pull the anchor, fucking tighten it back down. And unable to go live. Your live ended due to an internet error. Check your internet connection, go live again. That's what TikTok told me, homie.
You probably got bad Wi-Fi.
We good? We live? Internet's good here?
We live here, homie. We good. They can hear us. You know what I mean?
My phone. How'd my phone internet go?
I never got to pay your AT&T bill, homie. It's all good.
No, I never heard of that. Well, this would be off then, homie. This all on one thing.
Hotspot. Use the hotspot for this.
I think TikTok's fuck with me again because there's no way it was dead. I'm on my.
Why are you cussing? It hasn't been 10 minutes yet, homie. You know the rule.
Nah, see, they lied, homie. They're liars. The Asians are liars. They said you can't go live until March 24th. Live suspended. Huh? I thought it was my internet, homie. Man, I hope we fucking go over there. But anyway,
Anyway, it's always something that happens when you go on your yacht. It's always the anchor did this, the engine did that. Ruben fell out the water, almost drowned. The homie fell out the water but saved his phone. It's always something every single time, which is why you don't see Big Smitty on there. JB always wants to like invite me on there, but like, bro, it's something. I'm black, homie. It's always something. It's always.
By the way, Ruben, you in here? Ruben's already at work. He started like 2 this morning. Yeah. Hey, he said, we were talking about that, homie. We were actually talking about that. And he mentioned that. He said, tell Smitty, because we tried to get a couple videos, man, but we were riding too fast. A lot of brothers driving the boats.
Hey.
We had a brother pull up on us yesterday going, I was taking it out. They were coming in full of brothers and sisters. Big Bo too. They were like, Coach, I fuck with you. I follow you. Blah blah blah. It's crazy, Smitty. I follow you. Ruben's right here. He can attest. I follow you now as a thing, Smitty. That people, I don't think people realize how significant the world has changed. Like,
yeah, it's crazy.
If you saw LeBron, if I saw
that I
Michael
only
Jordan,
know through Instagram, like, and then I see him in person, I'm like, I've been knowing you for like 3 years on Instagram.
Yeah,
We've never met ever.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
Hey, I saw Michael Jordan when I was a little kid, right? There's no other way for me to ever talk to him, get a hold of him.
Right.
Now, you see a motherfucker, I follow you on Instagram. To me, it's kind of, rhymes with hey and they, but.
No, I think it's tight. I think it's dope. It's dope. It allows people like us to build up our own fan base, allow us to showcase our talent and have an opportunity to make it in an avenue that's separate than the typical 9 to 5. Back in the days, you could be as great as you are on a mic or on the camera, but at the end of the day, you're going to need somebody else to believe in you, give you the opportunity on the radio or whatever the case may be to even showcase this. Now, you ain't got to wait on nobody. You got to build yourself and make it happen, but it's a platform to do so. Social media is not all negative now. There's a lot of negative stuff that we talk about, but that's the positive. It's dope when I'm in New Orleans at Super Bowl and people coming up to me, want to take a picture with me. When we got Hall of Fame, Paul Pierce, Michael Irvin, Keyshawn, and Joy right here, but y'all want to take a picture with me because they watch our show. That's a dope thing. You know what I'm saying? So, that's tight. And shout out to Chris DeBono. Good morning, all. Your Florida man story really struck a nerve with me. Got home, Marley looked it up. Irony time. That happened literally 4 blocks from the house. I gave up all my equity to my dying ex, Trippy.
So, translate that for everybody.
He was talking about so remember like last week, he was talking about the guy from Florida. Yeah, but he was just saying that story that struck a nerve with him because like literally the story that you were talking about last week from Florida literally happened 4 blocks from his house. So he like felt it to a T. So that's what he was talking about.
I'm gonna be honest. I'm not that one guy that'd be like, "Oh yeah." When I don't remember, I'm just gonna tell you, I don't know what the fuck he's talking about.
I have no idea what he's talking about. I feel so bad. I have no clue what he's talking about right now. He said it happened 4. All right, let's try to break it down. Because me and you are smart though. Let's try to figure it out. Okay.
He said Florida story. I think he missed a comma and a period, and then he missed 2 other semicolons. But I think he's talking about a story.
Yeah.
And then I think he's talking about when I said about the women taking all your shit.
It has to be that.
In a divorce.
Iman Shumpert. Tiana Taylor. Maybe.
Iman Shumpert. Is he a Florida boy? Maybe.
Maybe he lives in Florida now, maybe.
Yeah. This mic, I don't like this mic. It hurts my back.
I give up all my equity to my dying ex. So it's probably has something to do with that.
Yeah, he lost his ass in the fucking.
And then Marley must be his wife.
Marley from the cartoon. The little girl.
He said Marley looked it up. It has to be his wife.
Levi L. Shout out.
Maybe he assumed that we knew his wife's name. Okay. Shout out to DeBono. He watches our show every single day.
Yeah.
And shout out to
man.
Levi L, man. VT, Virginia Tech grad. We almost at 1,000, y'all.
Yeah, man.
975.
975, yeah. We live, man. We live. Bailey, I don't know if you could show this because we can't show this. That's what's crazy about it. You can't show certain shit, but you can show certain shit. But I made a comment about a certain thing that went in yesterday on Twitter. It kind of blew up, man. I just wanted to get your comments and get your take on it because it's weird. Before we get to quote of the day, it's funny that this is a real thing, Smitty. I don't know if you've seen this, but it was like,
oh my God.
It was like 2 dudes. What? What's wrong?
Nothing. Go ahead.
It was like 2 dudes, and I just wanted you to, translate it because I know.
Man, I ain't translating nothing.
I actually thought of how you translate and how well you do. I was driving home last night. I was driving home from the yacht, and I was like, Smitty would translate this so perfectly.
I wouldn't translate this one. Not this
no,
one.
but you translate it, but you do it your way though. You know how you do it, like SHIT. I figured that's how you would do it. So
this one might be a little out of my ballpark.
Huh?
No, we'll see. We'll see what the translation is. We'll see if I can do it. But
I think you could do it. I thought we were talking on a collective unit on the way home last night. And I said, Smitty could translate this probably better than most. But Smitty, for the audio listeners, what did the guy say down there?
All right, so there's 2 men.
I don't know if you've heard the video or seen the video, but basically, go ahead. 2 men. Go ahead.
Well, real quick, there are 2 men. Looks like they're in a relationship because one guy's behind the other guy holding him. and they're holding up a pregnancy test that says pregnant, and they're like getting excited. They're super happy. So the assumption is that this guy in the front is having a baby. But I know that's not humanly possible. So my next thing is that maybe they took his sperm and put it in another woman for them to carry their baby, and then she gave them the pregnancy test so they can show that them as a couple were actually pregnant and having a baby, meaning that they have a human that they're going to raise that's from one of their sperm, but it's not that he's actually carrying the baby, because that's not actually possible. So that's how I broke it down. So for the audio listeners, it's 2 people, 2 men, couple, and they're excited because they're having a baby. But the way it looks like, it's like the guy's actually literally going to have the baby, but that's not possible. So that's where we're at.
And then what did I say?
And then JB said he actually quote retweeted this and said, "This MFer thinks getting his butthole banged out got him pregnant," with a laughing emoji, is what JB said. This MFer thinks getting his butthole banged out was the term he used, got him pregnant. And then he laughed. So that's kind of just the context of everything for the audio listeners.
Know what I said?
Subscribe and
I really said that?
You really, I mean, well, the way you said it was a little harsher. JB said this motherfucker thinks getting his asshole banged out got him pregnant. That's what JB said. I just said the more edited version for all the kids listening in and the high school and stuff like that. And I'm working on myself too, just being a little cleaner the way I talk and communicate, understand the platform that I have. So yeah.
Appreciate it. I knew you could do it. I knew you could do it. I'm confused. I'm confused myself. And Bailey, I don't know. Yesterday, Bailey, in the group text, I sent you Tom and Jerry, real life Tom and Jerry. Can you put that in real quick? Because I have to start the show with this. And Smitty, I want you to explain to audio listeners what you're seeing real quick.
Yeah, so this is a superstar. Wow. Okay, so this is a cat. The video starts off with the cat fighting with the rat or the mouse or whatever outside the window. They're literally scrapping. Like the fucking mouse is hitting them back. The cat is swinging, and then 2 seconds later, they're laying down on the cement, cuddling. Literally, the cat is protecting the mouse.
Why'd you say wow? Why'd you say wow? Like shocked?
It kind of just, I mean, they were scrapping, going at it, and then next thing I know, they're chilling together. But that's life. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
that's
they're
life.
not scrapping. Actually, they're playing.
Well, I know that now. It's my first time seeing the video, so like. I think these are real brothers, though, like just hanging out.
Yeah.
Like, it's
a real life Tom and Jerry, real life Tom and Jerry. And I just got to point out the fact that you said, wow, because it shocked you, a very much younger person than me. It literally shocked you that cats and mice are now kicking it.
Yeah.
That should tell a story, I believe, and show how fucking soft we've become in this world, Smitty. We have so fucking soft.
Hold on, homie.
And
I've seen cats and dogs be cool too, though.
Cats
in the same household.
And mice, Smitty, are kicking it now. You're telling me we don't have a low T problem? What the fuck, homie? We got a cat and a mouse kicking it now. I can't. I don't know what I could do. I don't know if I could continue the show today, homie. I've never seen a cat and a mouse kick it. Never. I've seen dogs and cats. I get it.
All right. Okay. I thank you. I've seen dogs and cats be like best friends.
Like that's the human element. The human raised the dog and the cat to be around each other. You can't raise a mouse and a cat to like each other, homie. This is natural. This is like the pecking order of the ecosystem, homie. You're changing right here. These motherfuckers changed the whole fucking thing. And it has a direct correlation to Taco Bell, weed, and low T, homie. That's what I believe. I think it's contributed to the
cats are the dominant pet. And this just showcases and proves my point that much more, that much further. Cats are so smart that they can read the situation and understand when it's a threat versus when it's not. And the human owner probably told that kitten to his face in cat language, meow, 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 that this mouse is a good mouse. It's a house mouse, and we good with it. Leave it alone. Don't eat it. This is family. So the kitten heard everything the owner said and started treating that mouse like family, which is why they're playing around. And is loving on the cat or loving on the mouse because of the communication. Cats are they cerebral up here, homie. In the brain, cats are cerebral, homie. Way smarter than dogs. You even gotta train a cat. They come out the womb like that. Just smart as hell. So we look at the same situation way different, homie. I love this.
What was the language again of the cat?
Meow 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 It's a certain tone. Cats go by tones. It's how you say it. Meow, 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 meow. And that's how they're able to read it and understand it, homie. It's cerebral how they do that.
Fuck. Maybe a python and a mouse can get along next.
You can't train on a python, homie.
You can't train a python now, but you can train a cat to not chase a mouse. But a fucking python now, I guess, is going to start kicking
Python ain't
it.
got no brain, homie. Just one long tube, like a water hose. Ain't no brain or nothing. Just fangs, stomach. And a python can swallow you, pause, your whole body. It can open his mouth. A python is like a vagina. Like
I get it.
Expands. Like a whole human can come in and just sit there. And just swallow you, but not even kill you. Just swallow you in the mouth and not even kill you. Just sit there.
So cats could do this?
Explain this for the audio listeners.
So this dog was just left out, homie, by some fucking Hamas or something. Just fucking left on the side of the road by a fucking degenerate. And then look at this motherfucker, homie. Over the years, this dog has come. And so can a cat do this? Yeah, now it's fucking protecting that little kid, homie. Look at this shit. Look at Hamas tried to come grab him, baby, and fucking look at that shit. That motherfucker's on his ass. That's a fucking. You think a cat could do this? You think you could train a cat to fucking do this? That's what you're saying.
An adult cat, a lion, yes.
That's the dog that was left on the side of the road, homie. That was the dog left on the side of the road by Guantanamo and them. And now all of a sudden, you think the cat could be trained to do this, homie? Huh? You think
the cat doing this off the back, just off the string?
Cat's doing it, but cat's now kicking it with mice, homie. The cats now have flipped over to the enemy side, homie. Have you realized what cats are doing?
Homie,
they are not only piss on you, they'll piss on your house, homie, and you will never get the ammonia out. We went through this. The piss in a cat is going to kill your whole house, homie.
They piss in the sandbox, homie, the litter box.
No, they don't. Homie. That's a fallacy. They piss all over your drapes. They don't they shit in the sandbox, homie.
Cats, when they eat and drink their water, they put their pinky paw out because they do everything with class, very elegant. If a cat was a human, it would eat it only at steakhouses, Mastro's, Prime 48. That's a dog would be in the fucking hood somewhere.
And we gotta be honest. We gotta be honest. We're gonna get back to a sports program here, but we gotta be honest. Stop taking your fucking dogs out to the restaurant. I'm tired of seeing it. I'm ready to just fucking beat the fuck out of the owner. Stop bringing your dog to the restaurant, homie. I'm being honest. And then motherfuckers tried to tell me on the yacht that I should bring Ash because I took Ash and Callie out, Smitty.
I saw that.
Maybe Bailey can show a few videos of that before we get going, but we got breaking news on the other side of this right now. Look at this, Smitty. I took Ash and Callie out, and Callie got super high anxiety. Ash don't give two fucks about nothing. This motherfucker's trying to chase birds into the fucking seal-infested waters, homie, and I'm going to have to jump out. And by the way, time out. For all the guys on Instagram and all these fucking messages I get about these dogs, for all the great ones, appreciate all you guys. But there's also a fucking shitbird who wants to tell me, JB, you're irresponsible. And I know Smitty's going to agree because the guy actually mentioned Smitty as agreeing to this topic. He said, JB, you should put a life jacket on him. You're irresponsible. Now listen, fuckface. Let me let you know something, fuckface. I'll jump in and get him. Don't worry about all that. Don't worry about that, homie.
Homie, you can't swim. How the fuck you gonna save him?
I'm the best swimmer you've ever met. I'm white, number one. I'm all right. I come out the womb just like the cats come out, knowing how to swim, homie.
Because you're white?
So, yes.
Oh, okay.
So, anyway,
can't argue
shout out to all the brothers. We got breaking news, Smitty.
Already? It's 6:30.
Breaking news, fellas. Happy Monday. The Texans have made Derek Stingley the highest paid NFL defensive back in NFL history. Shout out to the Texans. 3 years, $90 million extension, $89 million guaranteed.
So every day, new high, every day.
David Mulugeta, say what you want about him. He be getting them deals done for his players, though. The highest ever, 3 year, 90 M. Shout out to Derek Stingley Jr., true baller, crazy athlete, lengthy, physical cat. And the Texans, they secure one of their lockdown defenders, man. I love it. When the player goes out there, they ball out and they earn it and they get the money that they earn. It's a beautiful feeling for all parties. All parties involved. Shout out to Derek.
Who was the highest paid last week?
Corner, I don't know.
It was a corner. It was the highest paid last week. Remember? And then we said, "Oh, it'll be passed up soon." And then fucking this cat passed him already.
Homie. I love it. It's a beautiful thing.
JC Horn, right? JC Horn last week.
JC Horn. Yep. JC Horn.
Anyway, Smitty, we got a quote of the day, man. We got to dive right into it. We're 30 minutes talking about dogs and cats. We've done dogs and cats maybe 2-3 times on this show. I don't know why. We didn't think about it. We didn't prep it. Yeah. I don't know why dogs and cats become a huge.
I ain't prep it all today. I ain't having no time.
Yeah, but hey, it is what it is, man. Shout out to all those single broads on the boat yesterday that saw me and they were trying to get at me, but I had a on the boat and I couldn't do it. But anyway, hit me up though. Let's dive into this. So, quote of the day brought to you by BetUS. Smitty, this is one you might have to put your thinking caps on. Caps, not cats. Boom. Dreaming big precedes doing big. Real simple.
Say it again.
You say it.
You said it wrong.
Dreaming
big dreams precedes doing big things. That's like
now show everybody why I said what I said. I said dreaming big precedes doing big, right? I made it more swagged out. I wanted to like bring more impact, but you fucked it up. So appreciate everybody fucking this whole thing up for me this morning. Yeah. I wanted to say dreaming big precedes doing big, but the true quote of the day, dreaming big dreams precedes doing big things. Smitty wanted to make it into a rhyme and a rap song. I didn't want to do all that. I was just trying to do it real quick. But go ahead, Smitty, break down that quote.
That's cool, though, man. It's cool. At the end of the day, you got to dream it before you can achieve it. You know what I'm saying? You got to think about it and imagine yourself and truly picture yourself in the moment. When I used to play football, you know, when I had a game coming up, I would literally the night before, the week of, I would like literally see myself making plays during that game. I would see myself stopping that run, see myself defeating that double team in that power and getting in the backfield, see myself getting that sack. And then a lot of times it would happen. You know, the mind is a powerful tool. And if we use it properly, it can lead to huge success. So it's a strong quote, something that we all need to hear. Mo Martin definitely needs to hear it. Abdul Muhammad definitely needs to hear it. I'm not going to rank it because it's not top 200, but it's a good quote that we all need to hear. So I'm not mad about it.
I don't think you know what it is. Contrary to belief, brought to you by Prize Picks. Head on over there today. Get all your DFS in as March Madness comes, and it will go fast. Make sure you get your DFS in at Prize Picks. Smitty, the comeback is personal. It's an apology to myself.
Contrary to belief, big
I don't want to hear it. See, I think Smitty already has a preconceived notion that he just wants to say that that contrary to beliefs are better than quote of the days. He just has that, so he didn't care what I said. He was gonna do that regardless.
Right. Chat, be real, chat. Be real. Which one was better today? Contrary to belief or quote of the day? Put it in the chat right now. Don't lie. Keep it. It's not about me. It's not about pleasing me or JB. Be honest. Be honest. Which one was better, y'all? Read it again, JB, please.
The comeback is personal. It's an apology to myself. Because I said it's an apology to myself because I don't apologize. So it's an apology to my motherfucking self because the comeback is personal, Smitty.
That's top 20, homie. That's fire. Like, that's fire, homie. It's fire. It's like you bouncing back and being your best self is how you win. It's like, you know what, JB? It's JB talking to JB. You know what, JB? I messed up. How do I correct my mess up? I'm going to go be great. I'm going to go be great, homie. Fly Rye 805 said neither. Low energy today. He said both were bad. Hey, that's his opinion.
Hey, Smitty, I started to show off with the mic. Everybody was like, oh, the mic's way better. And woo. And then one guy was like, I like the old one better.
Now, someone else said it sounded way better, though. I ain't going to lie.
I don't like it. I hate it. It'll be the last day we ever do this, Mike.
Every single body said contrary to belief was better. Everybody said that.
My back's already out from sitting like this with this mic.
Because you're sitting with proper form now. That's the problem. You're so used to sitting messed up that your body is like, what's going on? I'm sitting the right way. Put a pillow behind you, homie. Commercial break, put a pillow behind you.
If this is proper, then I'm fucked.
Yeah.
Anyway,
it's horrible. All that liquor. You have no abs, no quad strength, no hamstring strength. Your glutes are soggy and weak like mashed potatoes with gravy. You like everything that's needed to keep the core and everything strong and back fit and together is gone to shit. Like that's the problem, homie. You need to start working out. I've been saying this for years now. It's been years now. Get your every morning, do a plank series, get some abs in, do some get your quad, do some wall sits. You need to get your body right, homie.
See, Alan knows. Alan knows what's up. See, Alan knows, man. Alan's been to the grind. He knows me as a person. You know what I mean? Like, go back to the old Mike because you can move around. See, Alan gets it. He knows what I like to do. You know what I'm saying?
Alan, I ain't gonna lie, Alan, Bailey mad at you now because Bailey was the one who said go to this mic.
I know.
So now
only reason we went to this mic because Enoch's here for a couple of days because he went out of the boat yesterday. I had to fix it. He needed to fix all the stuff, so I flew him in to fix everything.
You flew him in?
Nah, he was it's fucked up because he ain't watching the show like, oh, I just get flown in to fix shit, huh? But that's the IT guy that you didn't know his name. You said he just walked by you at the Super Bowl party.
Shout out to Enoch. Don't mess around with Enoch, homie. Don't do that.
Yeah. But anyway, poll question, Smitty. Let's dive right into it because we got a lot to get to before the commercial break. Poll question, Smitty. Who is your favorite to win it all? And I'm talking March Madness. This is March Madness. We're in it, the 17th, about to start the tournament. We got brackologists, bracketology all week long. We got legendary from ex-coaches. We got 3, I think, former Division I head coaches, 1 national champion. Plus, we got actual CBS and certain network basketball gurus joining us, analytical guys joining us show. So we got somebody for something or someone for something all week long. Okay. Yeah. So, we got hockey, baseball, basketball, you name it. We got it on the realest show on planet Earth. So, Smitty, who is your favorite to win it all? And I need a full-on deep dive into this whole bracket right here. Like, I need a deep dive and break down every single person that got selected into the thing. Because I know you do, and I know you watch it tough and heavy, and I know you can break down every single player from the best guard play on in each team to the best big man. First of all, before we start, Smitty, in seriousness, who's your snub of the tournament? Anyone? Does North Carolina deserve to get in? I'm looking at their strength of schedule. Strength of schedule doesn't play into the tournament, in my opinion. It never has, and I'm glad that they kept North Carolina out this year. Their only wins are against UCLA and American out of the conference, I believe. UCLA is down big, bad, and not very good. We got the legendary Jim Harrigan this Friday, who, when he coached UCLA, they were big and good. North Carolina, Smitty, schedule's cool, but you didn't beat nobody. I think you have to win those games to get into the tournament. They lost to a Duke team without Cooper Flagg, Smitty. And that was their opportunity to get in the tournament, at least having a big win. They couldn't beat Duke. I don't believe they're a snub. A lot of people are calling them a snub this morning. I don't think North Carolina deserved to be in. Any snubs come to mind?
Well, no snubs come to mind, but the confusion, JB. UNC got in.
UNC got in?
North Carolina got in. I'm pretty sure North Carolina. I think they're on the first 4 out, if I'm not mistaken. Unless I'm tripping, I think they got a game tomorrow. Basically, if they win tomorrow, they're in. Like they win tomorrow, they play. I think they play Mississippi, right?
But that's the play-in shit, right?
First 4 out. Yeah, but I mean that's always been a thing. First 4 out, they handle business tomorrow, then they're in. They play against Mississippi. Am I tripping or first 4 in? Yeah, first 4 in. Okay, the chat. Yeah, okay, I know. I'm tripping. So I just want to start there. Don't shake your head, bro. It's been like that forever. This ain't no new stuff. It's been like that forever.
It hasn't been like this forever. Stop. Don't keep making excuses. It hasn't been this way forever. Stop. They're horrific. They shouldn't even get in. They shouldn't even have a shot at getting in.
They always had this, is what I'm trying to tell you. Like, they've always had, the first.
They haven't always had a play-in, homie.
It has been like this it's been since I've been a kid. It's been like this for a long time, homie. Like a really long time.
Smitty, this whole extra 2-team games and all this old shit started about 10 years ago.
Longer than that.
Does North Carolina deserve to be in this tournament?
Let's look it up, homie.
No.
Does
North Carolina deserve to be in this tournament? No.
Yes, they do.
No, they don't.
They're the best team. My eyes work, homie. My eyes work.
Look at the teams. Look at the teams that got snubbed. Look at the teams that got snubbed. Look at the teams that got snubbed. West Virginia. I don't get how they're not in. North Carolina is. How are they not in? I'm looking at their strength of schedule. How are they not in, Smitty, and North Carolina gets a play in?
The first 4 in started in 2011. So it's been a long. I was a junior in high school, homie. In high school, I was a junior in high school.
Yeah, that's when I stopped watching.
Graduated high school, went to college, became all conference, all MAC, injured my knee, career ended, graduated college with a degree, went to work in sales, and then went to Fox for 7 years, joined JUCO. So much has happened since then. It's been a long ass time, bro. So like you shaking your head and being mad, it's been for a long time. So stop it. But no, I don't think North Carolina got snubbed at all. I'm not mad about that. But to answer your first question of who's my favorite, and it's not a sexy answer, but it's the right answer, is Duke. I'm not gonna lie. Duke all year long has looked like the best team. And we got news that Cooper Flagg will be ready to play for the tournament. I know that was a big scare with his ankle injury and things of that nature going down, but he's going to be ready. He's going to be healthy. I like the side of the bracket that they're on. And in regards of who they play, Duke has looked like the best team all year long. I think they're coached very well. I think they have great guard play. Cooper Flagg's the best player in the nation on your team. I think they have everything you need to win a natty, and I'm going with Duke. Now, if you ask me who's my sleeper, and I don't know if it's even really a sleeper because they've been playing so well this year too. And I think there might be a 2 seed, but I like St. John's. I like what I'm seeing from St. John's as well. Not really a sleeper again. They are a good team, but I'm gonna be real. I don't think a lot of people got St. John's winning it all. They got St. John's going to Sweet 16 or making a run, but I don't think people got them winning it all. But so I have them as like my quote unquote sleeper, even though it's not a full sleeper, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out why West Virginia was left off. They had wins versus Kansas, Arizona, Iowa State, and Gonzaga. North Carolina beat nobody. How is West Virginia not in? And then I want to know how Boise State was left off. Apparently, they're going to say that West Virginia is left out because they lost in the first round to a Colorado team, right? In their tournament. Boise had 24 wins. Boise had 24 wins. And I don't understand. It seems to me that if they don't win their conference tournament and they're not in the SEC or the ACC, they're just getting left out. Like, the shit's crazy to me. I don't really understand it, but this is what it is, I guess. We'll see, man. North Carolina has no shot. The AD of North Carolina,
got 16 wins. They got 22 wins. So if you're happy about what you say, 24 or 25 wins from West Virginia, North Carolina got 22 in the ACC. So what are we talking about?
Strength of schedule doesn't just mean that they won those games. They lost all the games to everyone that mattered. They beat nobody. Here's the thing, Smitty. Just so everybody has a clarity on what's going on. Their AD is on the committee, the national board that selects the tournament. He had to recuse himself because he's a North Carolina AD. The ACC is the worst Big or Power 5 conference in America this year, Smitty, in basketball. So they don't get a pass just because they're in the ACC with a team like Duke. They beat nobody. So here's the issue I have, though, to answer the question before we get to the next thing on the docket. I got to break down. We're gonna be able to break that down today, and with Pat Kennedy. I got to ask you, Smitty. I'm gonna put my money because of the odds to win it all on Houston, because they can defend, and they defend for the whole game. And I think even though they lost to a couple big boys this year and didn't get the big win against those guys they played, like an Auburn, that is also in the mix to win this whole thing.
Yeah.
Houston, by betting money-wise, I'm taking Houston. So on BetUS, I've already selected Houston as my champion. Now, will they win it? I don't know. Smitty, between you and I, my gut tells me that Florida will win it all.
Really?
Yeah, but the odds aren't as good as Houston winning it all. So I'm scared money don't make money. I want to bet fucking Houston. But my forethought and my macro thinking self that you don't possess that I do.
Yep.
I think Florida has the best guard in America, the best backcourt in America, and I believe they are last year's and the year before's UConn. They're scary, athletic, long wing, and they have the best guard play in basketball. That's in my opinion. So I think Florida with the best guard and the best guard play overall is going to win the whole thing because guard play is what wins in tournaments, Smitty, not bigs, not fucking three-point shooting. It's guard play, penetration, dishing, get the ball out, facilitate. And I just think that Florida has the best backcourt. So that's where I'm at.
I hear you, but don't sleep on the bigs. Remember, just last year, Purdue made it all the way to the Natty, and their best player was Zach Edey. Now, obviously, they lost in the Natty, to your point, but they made it there. That's what I'm trying to say. So bigs still play a role in these games. But overall, I tend to agree with you, man. Guard play is going to truly be the most important in this tourney. And listen, the good thing about this year is a lot of good teams, man, that could win it. It's a lot of, BYU's a sleeper. If you want to talk about sleepers, somebody who I'm looking at as well. So listen, there's a lot of teams here. New Mexico, another sleeper as well. It's some good teams in this tourney, man. But I'm riding with Duke. I'm riding with the obvious. Call what you want. Sometimes the obvious is the correct answer, though. Sometimes it's not some conspiracy theory. It's not some sleeper team. It's the best team, and I think Duke has been the best team all year long. So.
We'll see, Smitty. We'll see.
We gotta do full brackets before really by end of the day tomorrow.
Yeah, we're gonna do our brackets. I know. We gotta pick our brackets. When's the first round start? When's this play fucking in? Shit.
I think the play is tomorrow. I think the play in is tomorrow. I think. So we got by end of the day tomorrow to do it.
Play-in starts when though? Doesn't it start during the show tomorrow?
I thought the last game was tomorrow. Don't UNC play tomorrow?
Tomorrow night, maybe.
They play tomorrow against San Diego State at 6:10 p.m. Pacific, I believe.
Yeah, but those brackets don't need to be in, Smitty, because that's not a bracket. Those teams got to win first to get into the bracket.
Yeah, but we still need to know who's going to win that to know how we move along.
Yeah, but we don't have to pick the brackets until those games are done.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. So we don't need the brackets till Wednesday show.
By end of the day tomorrow is what I said.
Because we'll have all the teams by this Wednesday show.
Which is why I said end of day tomorrow.
I don't know. I'm not going to do it. I'll do it tomorrow night and submit it to you and Bailey. And I want a full mock-up. I want a full thing with JP logo, full bracket. And then I want to be able to move the teams too, like a spreadsheet.
JB loves to argue just to argue. We're literally saying the exact same thing. I said we got to be done with it by end of day tomorrow. He said, no, I'll give it to you tomorrow night. Okay, cool. Perfect.
But it's way different than how you said it.
I hear you.
Smitty, let's dive into the show, man. We got a lot to discuss. We haven't even talked about any sports yet.
We got like 8 minutes, so let's do that. Let's get
Aaron Rodgers is literally on the thumbnail, like you say. So I don't know if you know that or not, but
they ain't even the biggest topic right now, honestly.
What?
They ain't even the biggest topic right now, low key.
Yeah, well, you could talk about fucking.
I would almost save that and talk about the bigger news because
you could talk about Jamar. It's not bigger though.
Some young brothers got paid last night. 2 young brothers that I said was going to get paid, and 2 young brothers that I said should get paid, and then 2 brothers that I said could get paid. Because I had a co-host on a show that I do Monday through Friday from 6 to 9 a.m. Pacific time that said, where are they going to get the money from? How do they want to pay both receivers and pay Burrow? How are they going to be able to do this? It's impossible to do it. And I said, listen, don't let these billionaire owners tell you that it's impossible. They can pay their players. And shout out to the Bengals. I give them a lot of criticism for being cheap. They were not cheap on
it.
So
they paid some brothers. Now they cool. But if they would have paid Hendricks, then they would have paid the white boy. They'd have been cheap. They'd have paid the white boy. They'd been cheap. But if they paid the brothers, they're the best organization in football now, right?
I didn't say that, number one. Number two, you want to make sure that you make the white boy happy. You hear what I just said? So don't pay the other white boy. Make sure you make the white boy, Joe Burrow, happy. And what makes him happy? He wants Jamar Chase and T. Higgins. So that's all that matters. My star player, my face of my franchise, told me what he wants. Give it to him. And that's what they did. Jamar Chase agreed to a 4-year,
So here's my prediction.
$161 million extension, making him the highest paid non-QB. And T. Higgins signed a 4-year deal worth about $115 million, making him the highest paid wide receiver 2 in the league. And these deals were all done over the weekend, and this is now the highest paid receiver duo in the league. They're both extremely happy, and I think this is going to set the Bengals up for success for a long time coming. I'm so excited for it because when players ball out and they overdo their previous contract and earn to be paid, pay them, y'all. Don't play games. Pay them. I love it.
So here's my prediction.
Do it.
Bengals miss the playoffs again.
Okay.
They'll score 50 a game and lose 51-50.
Okay.
Every game. So they'll lose every game 51-50. They'll go 0-17, and they will not make the playoffs, obviously. So shout out to paying the two brothers astronomical amounts of money, and their defense is absolutely going to be it'll look exactly like the movie The Replacements. It's going to have a cop that's fucking retired. It's going to have the dude that's got to go back to the pen. It's going to have like the fucking 235-year-old corners.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's what they're going to use. They're going to use replacement players on D, and then their O will show out and score 50. So they'll lose. They'll go 0-17, lose 51-50. That's the bottom line. That's going to be my prediction.
Can I give my prediction now real quick?
But
So my prediction is that the Bengals will finish second in the AFC North. I predict that they'll win 11 games. They'll go 11-6. They'll make the wild card, and they'll go on a deep playoff run. I believe that T. Higgins and Jamar Chase will both surpass 1,000-yard receiving. I believe Joe Burrow will win MVP, and I believe that the defense will be middle of the pack with their new D coordinator Al Golden, and they will just play better, smarter, more physical, more effort football on the defensive side. It won't be due to names and having big name guy. It'll be due to being technicians of the game, alignment, assignment, attack, effort, and just having a new philosophy and outgoing. Sometimes you need that new coach to come in. It's not because they're a bad coach before necessarily. It's just having that new identity, that new voice can be a new motivation to the players on that team. So that's my prediction.
I have another prediction. Can I give you another prediction?
Let's do it.
My prediction will be that the Ravens will be absolute shit, and that Cooper Rush will be starting for them before the season ends. I don't know why. Knock on wood that there's no injury to Lamar.
That's the only way it can happen.
Cooper Rush will be starting for the Ravens, and the Ravens will be absolute dog water. So,
well, I got another prediction. So my prediction is that
got traded to them. My bad. What?
So my prediction is that Cooper Rush, who's a great guy, great backup quarterback in the NFL, a Mac guy who I strip sacked in college.
He's gonna win a playoff game.
He's gonna come in a couple games this year, late game after the Ravens are already blowing teams out. He'll throw a few touchdowns late, keep the offense running. He'll be a great kind of co-leader of men as the backup quarterback. He'll give the first team defense a great look all throughout the year of practice. In the event, knock on wood, that Lamar has a minor thing go wrong with him physically and has to miss a game or two, Cooper Rush will come in and keep the team level and sustained. And the Ravens will win the AFC North again, and they will go on and win the Super Bowl this year. That's my prediction. So, D-Hop, Cooper Rush, and re-sign Ronnie Stanley on the outside. Zay Flowers back healthy, number one receiver who was hurt all playoffs. I love it.
D-Hop won't even be on the team by the end of the season. I'm just telling you.
I can't believe you just predicted that Cooper Rush is going to be starting at the end of the season, which basically, literally, you know what you're saying. You're literally predicting Lamar is going to be hurt, which is cold-blooded. And you're putting out negative. You're putting out negative energy about him being hurt because
Paris, make sure you clip this. Smitty said that he wishes another brother to be hurt. I did not say that.
If Lamar's hurt, so for you to say that is kind of cold-blooded. I wouldn't expect it from a coach and a former player like yourself. We never talk about injuries and try to predict that.
Make sure when you clip it, Paris, that Smitty said he wishes another brother to be hurt. Not me. I did not ever say that. I said Cooper Rush will play some games, meaningful games, and win him a playoff game. I never said anything about the brother getting hurt.
Wow. No. Okay. Let me ask you a question then. How does Cooper Rush become a starter for the Ravens?
It's better.
No, how does he become a star for the Ravens?
He's good. He can spin it.
How does he become a star for the Ravens?
What?
All right, then. Yeah, what? Exactly, homie. Exactly.
He
What's your take on Jamar Chase and T. Higgins? Because you didn't give me nothing on that.
Yeah, I think they overpaid him. They overpaid him. They listen, man. They making Burrow happy, Smitty. They're making Burrow happy because Burrow is about to say, "Trade me next."
Yep.
So they fucking made it happen. Listen, their defense is horrendous, one of the worst in the NFL. They have not addressed one fucking position on defense. Their best pass rusher is still up in the air. We don't know what's going to happen with him. And I don't know how they fill that roster with all the fucking holes that need to be filled on defense, Smitty. I'm going to be honest. How do you fill the defensive roster right now when you just spent $161 million on offense? I don't understand. We're going to see. All it is, we're going to see, Smitty, but I've never seen a team win a Super Bowl that lacked in the trenches that were just very good on the 7-on-7 edge. This is not 7-on-7 once we get to the Super Bowl level. I've never seen a Super Bowl team win in shorts and shirts and 7-on-7. Even though we're trending that way, I've never seen it yet. It usually takes a great D-line, a great O-line, a great run game, some sort of semblance in the trenches that wins football games in the NFL deep into January and February. I've never seen it. So maybe the Bengals will be the first team to outscore everybody and just outscore everybody. Hopefully they get the ball last, I guess, if that's what you think this team, you said they are a wild card team, finished second in the conference is what you just predicted on the greatest, realest, and best show on planet Earth. You just predicted that. And I say there's no way they make the playoffs unless they do some crazy management right here and fill in the Excel spreadsheet holes on defense, bro, because god damn. Maybe they could get that Excel spreadsheet guy that's in Jacksonville now. That sounds like an absolute fucking idiot. And then make sure that he comes on over and helps out with the spreadsheet and fills that in. Because I don't know. I can't wait to talk about him. I hope we talk about him later.
You believe that Joe Burrow is gonna miss the playoffs 2 years in a row? Let's start there. Like, forget everything else. Forget defense. Forget just your knowledge of football.
Yeah.
You think Joe Burrow, if he's healthy,
ain't
all
about
year,
Joe Burrow, homie.
I know you do. I know, but you think him healthy all year? You really believe he's gonna miss the playoffs 2 years in a row?
Smitty,
that don't even make sense. That don't even logically make sense, homie.
Smitty,
it don't make sense.
Be real, homie. He had an MVP caliber season 3 months ago, and they didn't make the playoffs.
Let's be real. The first 6 games, it was weird. I don't know what was going on.
Weird don't matter.
Everybody was zooming in on
weird. What's weird?
They thought Joe Burrow's hand was messed up. You remember the first? Like, I remember everything, homie. I don't just look at the end. The first 6 games, they went like 1-5 or something like that. Correct me in the chat. It was something around 1-5, 2-4. It was a really weird, bad record. I don't know if it was lingering because of Joe Burrow's health prior, but he wasn't looking as great the first few games of the season. He started getting super hot in the middle and then throughout the rest, and that's when we went back and like, okay, he's MVP caliber. I think he comes into this season fully healthy. I think from the get-go he's balling. I don't think there's any. It won't be a slow start for the Bengals, is what I'm saying. So I just do not see how Joe Burrow.
You keep missing the point, I guess. You keep missing the point. Joe Burrow always starts off. Joe Burrow's MVP candidate every year. What does he have to do with defense?
I'm saying Peyton Manning and the coach have had bad defenses, but sometimes your quarterback is greater than your greatest excuse, homie. Shout out to Marcellus Wiley. You got to be greater than your greatest excuse. And a lot of times when you're a great quarterback, you can lead your team to the playoffs even when you have a piss poor defense. But I'm also predicting this. The defense won't be as bad as they were last year. I'm not gonna say they're gonna be the top 5 in the league. No, but they were so damn bad last year. The only way is up. You can't go down. So I'm new D coordinator. They did re-sign BJ Hill, which is a really good interior D lineman for them. They have the draft coming up. I think they're going to improve and be more of a middle of the pack defense. Same explosive offense. They signed a Gesicki, I believe, again as the tight end. They got both wideouts back. They got a run. So I think they're going to win 11 games next year, and make some playoffs and have a deep run. I truly believe that.
Yeah, I don't. They got a good defense. I've never seen a team just outscore everybody 50 to fucking 49. I've never seen it. So until I see it, Smitty, that's all I'm saying. I don't think the Bengals have a shot with no defense. That's
this show is about making predictions and stuff, so you're not gonna see it. You can't make a prediction after you see it. You talk about it now. So your prediction that they're gonna miss the playoffs? I don't think they will. We'll see who's right at the end.
Yeah, I think we're in a bad spot. They're in a bad spot, homie. They're in a bad spot. I'm just telling you.
I hear you, man. I hear you. Let's do a quick 3-minute commercial, and we come right back, man. We got my main man, 0 to 60 pod, Big Matt Mzn coming in. We're going to talk about Aaron Rodgers, who's on the thumbnail. We're going to talk about draft and much, much more. Make sure you hit that like button, subscribe, become a member, and we'll be back in 3 minutes.
Los Angeles Sparks WNBA team, Smitty, says we're looking for a few good men. They want male practice players for the 2025 season. Do you have what it takes, Smitty?
Well, listen, to answer your question, I do have what it takes, but I will not be participating because I don't have the time to do so. But they do have tryouts. They are having tryouts on LA folks. Saturday, April 12th, here in a couple weeks, really a month away, from 10 to 12 p.m. at El Camino College. Shout out to El Camino. You know, my brother Jack played at El Camino. And listen, this is something where if you follow WNBA, if you ever talk to any WNBA players, this is something that they do all the time, every year. I think most teams, even college teams, some of the good collegiate teams, they'll have some males come in, you know, got some student athletes who maybe played basketball in high school but wasn't good enough to play at the next level. That they'll have them come in to help them, you know, play more like at a physical level, to just, you know, kind of be like the scout team, so to speak, to have those others to where you're getting those real reps. And it's a situation where, hey, you're able to go against, you know, men and be able to succeed against them. Then when you go through the games, you would hope it make it a little easier when you're going against, you know, other women. You know, like a goal of any practice is to make your practice extremely hard so the games are easier. I know all my successful teams, our practices were hard as hell. High school at Warren Central, first couple of years at Ball State, and then when game day got there, it was like, shoot, we didn't do everything, we didn't prepare it. So this is what they're doing. They want to make sure they're competing at the highest level. They want to create a physical environment, physical team. And this is what they do. Like, this is a regular thing, Jason. I know this is rare to you because you're finally putting your eye to the sport. This is a normal thing. Every lady in the chat who watches the sport, every man in the chat who watches the sport, y'all know I'm right. So I love it. I love it.
Smitty. T's and P's, man. I want to show up. I think we should film it. I think that's the get us over the hump viral clip.
That's the moment.
I want to show up. I want to show up because it's a mockery.
April 12th, homie, show up 10 to 12. Don't go on the boat. Go to El Camino. Bring your basketball shorts from the 80s and go out, put your goggles on and go out there and do your thing. And you're going to get worked. You're going to get worked. That's the funny thing. Because you ain't did no workout in years. So you out of shape. 2 times up and down the court. It's a wrap. I love it. Listen, why are you upset? Wasn't you and Shaun King the same people who were upset when we what was it? It was a girls flag football we showed. It was a clip. And they had women like also doing the sideline reporting. And Shaun stated that he thinks it's not fair that they don't have any men doing the sideline reporting for the women's sport because they have women do sideline reporting for the men's sport. So this is kind of that same breath, right? They're hiring men to come in and be able to help this team improve throughout the season, become practice players, become scout team players. They're providing job opportunities for men, and it's allowing the women to get better. I don't understand. It's a win-win for all parties, homie. The men ain't trying out for the actual team. It's just practice, homie.
Meanwhile, this happened. That's Sabrina, homie.
Yeah, Sabrina Ionescu. She got fouled, and yeah.
Fouled?
There's nothing here.
She got fouled?
It's a blocking foul. That's a blocking
foul. That's what you take out of that.
Yeah.
You don't take that Lil Wong, 15-year-old Asian boy, cut her off to the spot.
No.
And literally got in front of her 3 different occasions, moved his feet 3 times and cut her off.
Yes, sir. We're back in the building, man. I got this new mic set up. I don't like it, hate it, but it is what it is. We got our main man, our Monday, Friday special guest, the owner, operator of 0 to 60 pod with Bailey. Make sure you join him every day on YouTube. Colorado legend, Bronco, Jet, and Dolphin legend. Let's bring our main man in, man. Big Matt McChesney. Big Matt. Matt, what's up, Matt?
What's good?
Did you see Lil Wong, 15-year-old, cut off one of the best players in the WNBA? And
he said every time
he thought it was fucking.
Yeah, we talked about that on Friday.
It's like you said the exact same question. You asked him this the exact question on Friday. The same way.
Let me give you context why.
Like your brain is like not really.
Let me give you context why I re-asked it. Because I was in the back room with Matt. Matt's in the back and I'm in the back, and I'm seeing Matt in the back react to a commercial, and then I was just laughing because Matt's laughing that you defended it. So that's why. But anyway, I wanted to bring it up. So,
well, let's get straight to the rundown, man. And finally get into the show. We've been talking about cats and dolls all show long, so let's talk some football. And the thumbnail has Aaron Rodgers on it. And right now, listen, a lot of people are saying that the Vikings is literally 50-50 on whether Aaron Rodgers signs with the team. It sounds like everything that I've read is kind of pretty much up to O'Connell, and Aaron Rodgers is pretty much sitting back, waiting and seeing what decisions that he ends up making. Obviously, they have JJ McCarthy there already. He was looked at as the future, and if they sign Aaron Rodgers, obviously that puts kind of it changes the future outlook and process of JJ McCarthy there. So I guess we'll start here, Matt. What's your take? Do you think Aaron Rodgers ends up being a Viking?
Man, I think Pittsburgh's probably a better spot for him. But look, Minnesota could be a good spot for him too. Those are, if I'm him, those are the 2 places I would want to go. Minnesota's inside. He gets to play with Kevin O'Connell. It's a very, very productive offense last year with Sam Darnold. I don't think Aaron Rodgers is what he used to be by any means. Personally, it says more about the health and or progression and development of JJ McCarthy than necessarily like trying to build around Aaron Rodgers, in my opinion. Why you got rid of Sam, why do you need Aaron Rodgers if JJ's healthy? So does that mean JJ's not healthy or he's not developing correctly or what? They just want to bring in veteran competition. Aaron's not going to go there to be the backup. So
right.
Look, I think it's it's tricky in Minnesota because I think there's an underlying, problem with JJ McCarthy potentially. Otherwise, why the fuck would you bring in Aaron Rodgers? But Pittsburgh is intriguing to me. Their defense is really good. They've been a quarterback away, even with Russell Wilson. You know, is Aaron Rodgers spry enough and mentally checked in enough to go compete in the AFC North against Lamar in Baltimore and, you know, Ice Cold Joe in Cincinnati, and they stepped up and paid their guys? It's great. I don't know who the fuck's going to play defense in Cincinnati. I don't care how good. Well, I watched Dan Marino for fucking 20 years spread the NFL, and they couldn't play defense at all in Miami, and he went to a Super Bowl. So I think Burrow is repeating that trend in Cincinnati right now. I respect the fact that they went and got their guys, but holy shit, you might want to play a little bit of defense, maybe once, especially in that division. So can he walk in and compete in that division at the level that he needs to in order to win? So, look, Aaron Rodgers is probably washed, if I had to guess, but you never know, bro. He can pull a rabbit out of a hat this year and have another good season, maybe. But after what I saw with my Jets, I think it's going to be I'm going to have a hard time just jumping on the Aaron Rodgers train, although I would go to Pittsburgh over Minnesota if I was him.
Yeah, that's tough for me. Listen, I'm not breaking news or anything, but I have heard from a reliable inside source in Minnesota.
Me too.
That 50-50 is what it is right now for Aaron Rodgers. And the rumor I'm hearing is, Matt, and I want to ask you if you'd be surprised on this rumor if it were to be true. Aaron saying Minnesota or retirement.
Mm-hmm.
That's smart.
If that's the truth, do you think? Let me ask you, like, Pittsburgh apparently has a contract on his desk. So does the Giants, an offer to Aaron Rodgers. It seems to me that that seems to be more logical and true if it is, because the rumor may be that. Because wouldn't you go to Pittsburgh or sign if you really wanted to play?
Yeah, I think you would. Also, I think he wants to play inside. I think he doesn't want to be in the weather, and he knows that both New York and Pittsburgh is both going to be cold later in the season. Minnesota, at least you're indoors all the time. He gets to go back to Green Bay and kind of stick it to him. The only thing is he's literally following the Brett Favre model here and the Brett Favre pass. So can he humble himself enough to go do that? I don't know. So should he retire? Probably. I mean, let's be real. What else does he need to accomplish? He's probably not going to get another Super Bowl in the next year or two unless he just goes fucking off and has a 50-touchdown year with a great defense, which I don't know. The NFL is so crazy these days. Crazier shit has happened, I guess. But if I'm Aaron Rodgers, it's probably either, you know, it's probably time to retire. Just saying.
Hey,
what else do you need to do? Go smoke a joint on the beach and fucking take some ayahuasca and just kind of fade away. It's all good.
Hey, let me ask you, Matt, if all things were equal, you're saying Pittsburgh, you like Pittsburgh better. To me, I don't like the legacy following Brett Favre, but I do get the comparisons.
Forget that though. Like, fuck that.
I hear you. I mean, that's what it is. I think he said that.
But it is what it is. The thing, though.
Yeah,
it is. But it's like, go to the best opportunity. And to me, the Vikings they won 14 games last year. They have an offensive-minded head coach. You have arguably the best receiver in the NFL. You have a really good defense, one of the best defenses in the league last year, who just added more pieces to the team here in the offseason on the defensive front. They got Javon Hargrave. They signed.
They understand
Allen.
Hey, Smitty, that's my question to you, Matt. Yeah, I get it. That's my question to you and Matt. Like DK Metcalf, George Pickens, Justin Jefferson, Addison. That, you know what I'm saying? Like, compare those, Matt, real quick. Like, compare. I mean, Justin might arguably the best, right? Jamar Chase just got the record for the contract wise, but Justin Jefferson probably most eyes would say, okay, he's wide out one in the NFL.
Right.
Do you is that a better fit for Aaron Rodgers? And then JJ McCarthy gets to learn again. Because JJ is going to be a rookie this year, contrary to everyone's belief. He's a fucking rookie on the football field if he is the starter. in Minnesota.
And
So
the Vikings are ready to win now. Why put a rookie, to your point, in there where the team is ready to win right now? That's my only thing.
Look, Pittsburgh's ready to win right now too.
Yeah,
Pittsburgh's a playoff team with Russell Wilson's sorry ass.
Harder division.
Minnesota, both of them lost in the same round, bro. Mean, it's what it is. These are facts. You can sit here and try and fluff up Minnesota as much as you want, but they have no playoff success in a lot of appearances in the last couple of years, just like Pittsburgh has no playoff success in a lot of appearances because neither one of them really have a solidified quarterback. So, look, they drafted J.J. McCarthy. He got hurt. If Aaron Rodgers wants to go that route, I think it could be productive. Justin Jefferson, Addison, Hawkinson, whoever they've got in the backfield, if I'm sure they got rid of Jones, we'll see what they do at back. Their defense seems to be mean. They went out and spent some money, got Jonathan Allen, so on and so forth. You know, they've got a really good chance in a deep division.
Yeah. I don't know, City, if I believe. I don't agree with you.
Same thing though, like Metcalf, Pickens, Freiermuth. What do you do at running back? They're almost identical matches of each other. You got a really good defense. You play in an extremely hard division that's deep. So
Minnesota signed Aaron Jones, though, right?
They signed Aaron Jones, yes. So they didn't get rid of Aaron Jones. I just want to correct Matt on that. They kept Aaron Jones.
Well, that's fantastic. So yeah, they got it back. Good for them.
And they took two of my Colts offensive linemen too to help stir up that O line. Will Fries and Ryan Kelly.
I'm saying they're almost identical carbon copies of each other.
And let me ask you guys:
would you rather? If you're a quarterback, though, Matt, let me ask you this: which offensive mind would you rather be? I love Mike Tomlin to death. I think he's one of the best coaches in the league. But we know he's a defensive mind, and the Steelers' offense has not been
run the offense and
sure, I get that. But I'm saying from an offensive mind, we know O'Connell is one of the top guys when it comes to one of the best offenses in the league. So he just had a Sam Darnold who we've never seen play well.
I guess why are you trying to talk us into it? Like, why are you so?
We're having a discussion. This is a show, man. That's what we do. We don't have to agree on everything.
Well, I'm not saying
no. He's saying like, why are you? Yeah, why are you trying to convince Minnesota so heavy?
Beating the Minnesota drum hard. Why do you want to see it?
I think it's like clearly the best option. Like I don't even think it's even like. I think it's clear. I think it's a tough division, but I don't compare it to the AFC North. Just my opinion. Again, I could be wrong. I think weapons wise, overall, I think it's better weapons. I think offensive scheme and just more so this offense having an offensive minded head coach in O'Connell who's proven to generate a really good offense with middle of the pack quarterback. He's proven there. I just think, and they won 14 games last year. I just think when I look at everything, he has Aaron Jones, who he's familiar with, obviously in Green Bay, who was one of the top backs in the league last year again. I just think when I look at it overall, although the Steelers is a good option, I just think the Vikings is a clear better option. That is my opinion.
Matt,
I could be completely wrong.
I think they're both fair points. And it's an argument to have. But I disagree with you, Smitty, on the league. The NFC North last year, I think, might have been arguably the best league as far as record goes. All three of those teams getting into the playoffs were best record-wise. I think Minnesota and Detroit came down the last game of the year to get the 1 seed. Yep, right. And Green Bay was the playoff team all year long.
They were a 12-win wild card.
Yeah, 12-win wild card. So we know the AFC is the black and blue division as well. It's going to be interesting, man. I don't know. It's going to be here's what's going to piss me off though, Matt, with Aaron Rodgers. Speaking of his legacy, if he is to, because we've heard the rumors, him and Mike Tomlin are super tight and they're boys and they would always want to play together. If you have a contract out there from him, and you're still playing this walking down the beach with a fucking blankie listening to music, I got a problem with your legacy, homie. Like, make shit or get off the pot. Tell these grown men you're going to retire or you're going to play. Like,
what if he's just taking his time to make the decision, though?
But isn't this a yearly thing, though, Matt? He takes his time to do this. Like, that's the problem.
That's true. I'm not saying it's the right thing, but at the same time, like, he might just need more. He's a deep thinker, obviously. The guy's cold. He needs a blanket on the beach. I mean, what the fuck?
Hey, maybe he's too deep of a thinker, Smitty. Maybe that's the problem.
Maybe he's too deep. That
the mind is a strong thing. The mind can fucking do a lot, and maybe he's fucking.
I would love if Aaron Rodgers just threw caution to the wind and took a chance, but
that's my point.
I don't mind him thinking, oh, this is a big point in his career. Like, he's considering retirement at this point. It's like retirement or continue to play. If I do play, where do I go? Like, it's like some easy decisions to just make. So, like, I feel what y'all saying from a fan standpoint. I would love for him to just make a decision right now. But this is his livelihood. And once you call it quits, it's over. Like, it ain't no, fucking around and I'll come back. Nah, once you're done, you're done. So,
Favre called it quits like 6 times and came back. What are you talking about?
Maybe. Like, he never officially retired, though, did he?
Well, fuck, he didn't. Favre officially retired like 6 times and then came back a ton.
Yeah, he retired.
Bro, Brett Favre retired. I know you were like 6 years old when this happened, but Brett Favre retired multiple. I was with the Jets when it happened, and then came out of retirement, went back into retirement. Came out, went back in.
I understand the verbal of him saying it. I'm asking you, because I could be wrong. I'm saying, did he actually miss the entirety of the season and then come back and play?
Nah, Smitty, he actually retired and actually
he retired multiple times.
The only thing he didn't do, Smitty, was sign the document like Brady did. Remember, Brady didn't sign the document and he came back to Tampa Bay. That's what Favre did when he went to Minnesota. So that's you can retire, but if you sign that document, Matt, you could fucking answer me better than anybody. When you actually sign the document that apparently is the last piece, right? To actually be out.
You can still go back. It's not like a declaration saying that you're never
done forever
again. Yeah. You can just some guys, i.e. Rob Gronkowski, retire to reverse him going to Detroit. Remember when Belichick to Detroit and he retired? Yeah. He retired and then came back and played for Tampa. So it's a tool in the toolbox if you know how to finagle it, but you can only do it if you're a huge big timer. It's not like when I send in my retirement papers, my body was kicked. I'm not gonna like send in my papers to get out of a contract that I want. Yeah. What the fuck? Like, usually when you retire, you're just done.
No doubt. No doubt. Hey, let's transition real quick, Smitty. I gotta get your take on this. Deshaun Watson is engaged.
What a fucking idiot. The chick, of course.
Yeah, the chick, right? The girl, right? Is this I don't know, Smitty. Let me hear your fucking take on this. Is this like
marry this guy? What a piece of shit!
I don't know. Is this like a smoker, a smoke screen, Smitty?
Nah, I mean she's stuck. She's been with him throughout all this shit. Like she never left his side throughout the entirety of the time.
She is.
I had her on my podcast a couple years ago. We didn't dive into the Deshaun stuff just because she didn't want to talk about it, of course.
No shit.
But I had her on my podcast a few years ago. So listen, I'm not surprised. They've been here for a long ass time. It's not a surprise to me. It's smart for her to do it, and I'm hoping that if he's smart, he'll make sure he signs the proper paperwork to protect himself. Not saying she's a bad person, nothing like that. It just
why is she a bad person if she doesn't want to sign a prenup with this scumbag piece of shit?
Yeah,
so it's different if there's like mutual respect and like she's not getting rubbed and tugged by every fucking masseuse in a 100-mile radius. And fucking everything else that walks in front of them. Let's be real.
Maybe she believes him, Matt. Maybe she believes her man. I don't know.
Give me a fucking. If she believes her man, she's a goddamn total pushover idiot. So first of all, she's money hungry. That's the only reason to marry this dude. I don't care what anybody in the comments says. I don't care what you say. I don't care if you've had her on a podcast. She's a fucking idiot. She looks like
she got money too, though.
Well, good for you, bro. Good. I'm glad money can cover up the fact that you're marrying a sexual predator, a complete fucking scumbag. So again, like, yuck it up.
Smitty, you think it's dick size or money? You think it's dick size? You think it's dick size or salary?
I'm never going to try to predict or talk about another man's dick size, so I'm not even going to answer that question at all.
It was just asking, do you think it's one or the other? He wasn't.
Yeah, it's not dick size because he got micro penis. We already broke it down. He has the bag, and she wants the bag, homie.
Well, you got her, like, get half right now. Like, marry his ass and divorce the fuck out of him and take it for half.
Which is why I said if he's smart, he going to make sure that he signs the proper paperwork.
Well, then she shouldn't sign. She shouldn't sign the prenup though. That'd be fucking crazy.
Right.
Oh yeah, don't worry. I trust you,
they won't get married
Deshaun. I trust you, Deshaun. You're not going to do anything shady. You're a fucking staple in the community of consistency and what it means to be a good man. You've never cheated on me once. You don't even like masseuses. You jerk yourself off, and that's the way I want it in a marriage. I'm not going to touch you. You can touch you. No one else can touch you, and I want half if you fuck up. Like, I'm sorry, but Deshaun Watson is the biggest piece of shit that's maybe ever walked the earth. Let's be real.
That's probably a little far, but I hear you. I'm not going to defend him.
From an athlete's perspective, how can you get worse than this guy? Somebody defend him, please.
I ain't going to defend him.
No,
I was in them rooms. I'm just saying it's been some fucked up people in the NFL too.
I understand. It's like Tyreek Hill the other day parading out his like ninth wife.
So it's just
hey Matt,
talking about how much he loved her and shit.
Hey Matt, your favorite, one of your favorite humans actually did a video with Tyreek Hill the other day. Did you see it?
Did I see? This is what I'm talking about. Yeah, this fucking ridiculous.
No, you know who did a video with him? Baby Gronk.
Shut the fuck up. That poor kid. He's still Baby Gronk should be like 25 at this point, bro. How old is this kid? He's still a baby?
Hey.
How old is Baby Gronk?
That was like Smitty's first month on the job. We had Baby Gronk on, remember?
I wasn't on the show. I was flying that day. And you and what's it called? And Nadu, I think, co-hosted, and y'all had
Matt. We did a whole
fucking
fucking
first time getting over 1,000, I think.
Like, that was the first time with over 1,000 live. Yeah.
So I was watching on the airplane right before we took off. I was like, yeah, we got over 1,000.
I remember his father being a fucking train wreck of a human.
Yeah, he's another one.
So look,
there you go, Matt. There you go, Matt. There you go, Matt.
Like 5 years ago? How long ago was that?
There you go, Matt.
That was like 2 years ago.
Baby Gronk. Should be teenage Gronk at this point. Poor kid.
Motherfucker's like in college now, but we don't know.
Freshman year Gronk.
Hey, speaking of Gronk, played for a great guy like Bill Belichick. He's in the news today, Smitty. I don't know if you can break this down.
Oh my God. Is that available? Do we have
put it up? Just do it, Bailey.
Yeah, just do it, Bailey.
Do it, Bailey.
I was on the yacht, Matt. I was on the yacht. This blindsided me, Matt. This blindsided me. I was on the yacht all week.
I thought it was fake too. It ain't.
I was on the yacht all weekend, and I kept getting this picture, and I'm like, who's the picture of? Who's the picture of? There's no way this is real, right?
It's real, dog.
So that's Bill Belichick. That's Bill Belichick. You could verify.
I'm not mad at him.
So we can verify that's him?
Yes.
That's him. This is real.
It's not AI, homie. It's him.
No, that's really Bill.
They're doing beach yoga together. Beach yoga.
Look, dog. Look, it's undefeated. Everyone knows that. And Bill is.
What is it, Cindy?
Beach yoga.
Beach yoga. Exactly. Beach yoga.
This is another one.
Like I'm not mad at Bill, but this is just, if it wasn't Bill Belichick, I'd be like, oh look, it's just people doing beach yoga. But the fact that he's Bill Belichick and he like hates fucking everything all the time. This is the guy, like the first time he probably got it on with this chick, he probably gave her a fucking scouting report afterwards, like, well, I really liked what you did the third minute of us being together when you fondled, but at the same time, I don't really like nails. I like more pressure. You know, like he's a pretty fucking just like straight. She's got to be, I don't know, dog. This is what the fuck, Bill.
She probably got daddy issues or something. I don't know. I think
first of all, stop hating. You would hate. You're the fucking guy who probably thinks
he's 70 something. I know
shit, Smitty.
All right, Matt. Let me ask you this, Matt. On a serious note, though,
I knew he would go this route.
I'm going this route.
Can we see the other picture?
This is your daughter, Matt. Are you cheering this shit in? Yes or no?
Yeah,
yes
I think I'm proud of Bill.
Exactly.
I'm proud of Bill. High five, Bill.
I mean, hell no, man. If this is your daughter, man, you're thinking completely different.
I don't have daughters, homie. I have two.
I know you don't. I said if you had a daughter, and Bill Belichick, 77 years old.
I don't have daughters.
This is my new boyfriend. Meet Mr. Belichick, and she's 20 fucking 3,
Yeah, dog, we be talking ball. I'd be in the lab with Bill fucking cutting up fucking tape.
Hey, Matt.
And on the board and shit. I don't give a fuck.
Can somebody please?
What the fuck, dog?
Can somebody please break down the top left picture?
So
is that real?
Flying.
That's called the starfish. So that's the starfish pose.
What?
It's
called
what? Starfish. So in order to get to that position, she had to start off laying down on Bill. Bill initially used his hands in bench press position and his feet as well to hold her up. And then once she puts her arms back and got her core to a certain level, he slowly put his hands back to his side, and then we got to this pose right here. It's a slow process.
This kind of shit, then you just don't record it. And that's cool, dog. Like, this is good for them.
Smitty knew the pose name, homie.
Anybody hating on this just wishes they were Belichick, number one. So don't fucking hate. They're just doing yoga. What the fuck, dog? Can't do yoga. Can't do yoga on the beach, huh?
Next thing we know, she gonna show up pregnant, y'all.
Yeah, good for Bill. He'll have, well, probably, and then she'll get half. Fuck, this is. You see how the wheel turns?
Bill's oldest son, who coaches with him, Steve is like 40 something. His uncle gonna be one.
I just love how uncomfortable it makes people. If you make fun of this or like disagree with it's disgusting, people get angry about it, dog. Like, I can't believe you think like that. Like, what the fuck do you care? It's a joke, dog. I don't know Bill Belichick and his 12-year-old girlfriend.
They've been together for like 4 years, they said too. So she was like 19 when they got together. He was
Matt, you're gonna have DMs, Matt. You're gonna get a lot of DMs today from this. Hey,
DM away, motherfucker.
Hey, Smitty.
My fault. The next one. Let's keep this thing rolling, man.
Besides the pregnant men, let's get on to the next topic.
We talked about this a little bit earlier, but we didn't have Matt on here, so I want to hear from Matt. So there's a new backup in the Baltimore Ravens land. Free agent QB Cooper Rush signed a deal. Really good backup, probably one of the best backups in the league. JB made a prediction earlier today.
JB's brainwashed you too, huh?
He made a prediction earlier today, man. I don't know if you heard it, saying that he predicts that Cooper Rush will end up being the starter at the end of the season next year, and he will lead the Ravens to the playoffs and win a playoff game as the starter. What's your take? Do you agree, disagree? What's your overall feel on Cooper Rush?
First of all, why is that the take, homie? That's not the take.
Let him go in.
Well, what do you mean it's not the take? What do you mean that's not the take? So what's the real take then? Why is Schmitty's fucking throwing you a lob that's not really your what? So tell me what the real
factor cap, Jason. Did you say that? Factor cap.
It's fact. It is a take.
Okay, man. So you actually, if Lamar gets hurt, Cooper Rush is a pretty good backup, and yeah, they could win. Their defense is awesome. They have a great running game. Why couldn't they win a playoff game with him too? Like, it's not a knock on Lamar if he's hurt.
Thank you.
Are you saying that he's going to replace Lamar Jackson? No, that's not happening. But if Lamar's banged up and he can't play, then yeah, that's why you go get a backup that can win you games. Like, what, Schmitty, what is wrong with you? Are you having an aneurysm or something? I'm just making total sense. What's wrong?
Let's say it's about every starter and quarterback then. Like, who's the Chiefs' backup quarterback?
Hold on. I'm saying if Lamar Jackson gets hurt, don't you want a good backup?
Of course. No, I'm not doing this. I'm not shaking my head at you, man. I'm doing that at JB.
He's mad at me, Matt.
What the fuck, man? All I said was if Lamar gets hurt, then yeah, they could win. They've got fucking Jess Hostetler won a goddamn Super Bowl, and fucking Nick Foles won a Super Bowl and shit. They're all backups. What the fuck, dog?
You're right. No, you're right.
Sometimes you need a good backup if your main guy gets hurt. I don't understand why it's coming.
That's just a weird take, though. Not from you. I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about JB. So we showed the news that Cooper Rush signed with the Ravens, and your first thing that comes to your mind is, you know what? I predict this. Cooper Rush is gonna come in. He's gonna find a way to start, and he's gonna win the playoff game. Like, damn, like that's your prediction. We never make predictions about a backup quarterback. We never do that. Like that's not a thing that you just do. And to predict that is predicting that Lamar will get hurt then. So why are we predicting, not you, Matt, talking about JB, why will we predict that a starting quarterback, Lamar Jackson, why were you predicting he's going to get hurt? We understand it's a part of football, but we don't do that for no other.
Because he runs around a lot and gets hit all the time.
But he don't get hurt a lot though. That's not a thing with Lamar.
Well, then maybe
it's like a myth that we say that
get
because
hurt.
he runs. But he doesn't get hurt. The time he's got hurt, it was in the pocket. It was in the backfield.
Again, I don't understand why you're so fired up about them signing a backup.
Hey, Smitty, let me ask you. I gotta ask Smitty a question. I gotta go back.
JB, you know what you're doing. Stop trying to be a smart ass.
Smitty mad at me, Matt.
That's why you was covering your face when I first brought it. You was like this.
Hey, Matt, I gotta ask Smitty a question though.
I hate
hey, Matt, we were talking
because he know it now, Matt. Because you don't be seeing the JB
Matt.
know what the fuck he be doing.
Yes.
He's a troll. He's a
Thank
troll.
you.
Go ahead.
I'm not a troll at all. We talked about this guy in Dallas, Matt, and Smitty absolutely hated him. Smitty thought he was the worst backup and fucking. Now all of a sudden he's in Baltimore. He's the best backup in the history of the NFL. That's funny to me. He's the best backup in the history of the NFL. He was horrible for Dak Prescott, though.
Hold on. I hated Cooper Rush, a guy from the MAC, Central Michigan, who I played against in college.
Yep.
I hated Cooper Rush.
That's the rumor.
I hated him. That's what I said on the show. I would love to find that clip. Only thing I said is that he wasn't better than Dak. Saying he's not better than Dak is not hate, homie.
We got it, homie.
I got it.
This show's insane.
We got it, homie. I'm just saying.
I hate the production.
Fucking idiots, dude.
You know what? You know what, Matt? I'm glad though, because Smitty is proving that the Lamar sexuals out there trump white and black, because he was white in Dallas and he was horrible. Now he's the same white in Baltimore, and this motherfucker is ready to take over the reins.
I'm so confused on. I thought you loved Cooper Rush.
I do love him.
Yeah, I know. That's okay. Good. Then that's.
He would be one of my. He'd be one of my whites. He'd be one of my whites when we do the race. When we pick our race team this year, because the whites are going to dominate the game this year. When we do our team,
crazy.
When we do our team this year,
what's in that fucking cigar? You're out of your mind.
We're in no, because we got Nakua now. He's definitely on the white team. We got a lot of big time whites. A lot of whites balled in the Super Bowl this year, Matt. We got a lot of good whites this year to take over.
We're gonna get fucked up.
Don't believe Smitty. Don't believe
Smitty.
Smitty.
I don't believe Smitty. I know I've got one eye that works, and I can see the fact that
Cooper DeJean changed the game. Cooper DeJean changed the whole game. Cooper DeJean changed the whole game.
20, yeah, but 11-on-11, all cracker ass crackers against fucking football players. We're cooked.
I didn't say that, y'all. Matt said that.
Cooked.
You can say it, Smitty. We already know you're racist. Let's dive into the rest of the show. We got a lot going on.
That's all we got. That's it.
Matt, I got to ask you.
What is wrong with you guys, man?
Hey, Matt, let's talk some. Hey, Matt, can we talk some hoop? Are you betting anything?
Whatever you want to talk about, let's talk about it.
Are you betting March Madness at all?
Yeah, man, I love March Madness. It's great.
Who do you like? I like Houston as my bet because of the money, but I think Florida's the best team and has the best shot because of their backcourt. But I think Houston's
pretty damn good.
Yeah.
I would say Duke, but Flag's hurt, and that ankle injury that could rear its ugly head in the tourney. But I also think that there's teams that could come out of nowhere. Like, watch out for Colorado State. They're 12 seed. I think that they're going to make some real noise. They won't be surprised if they're in the Sweet 16. They just won the Mountain West. Like, I think that there's a lot of opportunity for upsets and for just great games. Like, you look around, Kansas is a 10-loss team. Like, UConn. Did UConn even make the fucking tournament? I don't think UConn made the tournament. They're defending national title or national champions. So,
yeah. That's crazy.
Did they really not make it?
I couldn't find them when I was looking at the bracket.
Yeah, I think they made it. They're playing Oklahoma, right? In the first round.
UConn's an 8 seed.
Yeah,
UConn's an 8 seed. So there you go. UConn's an 8 seed, for God's sake. So I think there's a lot of opportunity for just great games. And look, to sit here and say, like, I know what's about to happen in March Madness is insane. I have no fucking clue what's going to happen.
Nobody does, though.
Yeah, it's so awesome, and that's the reason.
Yeah, it's crazy how UConn has kind of gone from sugar to shit real quick, didn't they? Just like Gonzaga, everybody. Isn't this kind of like my point though for a couple years now, Matt? Isn't it kind of watered down?
I don't think college basketball is watered down. It's always been like this. College basketball has always been top heavy with stars and then a bunch of guys. I mean, it's just the way it works. It's not – basketball's just different. There's a lot of guys out there playing that are good players that are never going to play past college. Where in football, there's also a lot of guys playing that maybe never play past college, but they have more opportunity to play. There's more people, so I don't think.
I do like Spitty's prediction of St. John's though, because I'm a Rick Pitino fan, and what he's done at St. John's this year has been unbelievable. I think they've only lost 4 games or something. He's got St. John's in the mix. That could be a dark horse to win it all too. I agree with Smitty on that one. I like the St. John's. Yeah, the Johnnies. Anyway, Matt, before you get off, we got to get your take on this. I think
nasty ass.
Pause.
What's wrong with you, dog? Shit.
Before you get off, let's break down this. I want to break down this take. We got to take a deep listen to this, Matt. And
a deep listen, nice. Yeah. I dig this. Deep listen.
Show it, Bailey.
Just get one more. If you could evaluate, you guys didn't address defensive line, edge, in terms of your approach of what is already here and maybe what still needs to be added to the roster on those positions.
Yeah, we got 10 picks in this year's draft. We're going to have some spots that are actually open for them to insert. So, if you add a veteran at this point, could be just standing in the way. We're going to allow these rookies to, get a chance to get out on the field and help us this coming fall.
So this is the 34-year-old GM, yes?
Mr. Gladstone, correct.
And look,
he's a GM.
Good for him. I'm glad he got the job. He was the best friend of the Eagles owner's son?
Some type of nepotism, yeah.
Something like that, right? And then he got into it, started carrying his bags around and, his balls.
He did spreadsheets for
spreadsheets. Nice.
Microsoft.
Definitely spreadsheeting. He spreadsheeted his ass off and it got him this job. Congratulations. Look, man, I'm not an ageist here. I'm not going to say if you're old, you can't do the job. I'm not going to say if you're young, you can't do the job. Yeah. I'm eager to see how this works out. I don't know enough about the kid just to pass judgment because he's a baby. You know what I'm saying? Sean McVay's fucking young and he's a hell of a coach. So I don't know. Maybe this kid is a really good general manager and he's just young. Maybe he's terrible and because he's young. I don't know. I can't pass judgment on him though until I know something about him.
And I'm right there with Matt. I think, to kind of draw a comparison, one thing I've learned in this last year is that you can't just judge a book by its cover. I mean, look at the Lakers and JJ Redick.
I mean, it depends on the cover, but okay.
It depends on the cover. Yeah, that's fair. But as far as this cover, I don't think we can really judge it fully because you look at the Lakers. All of us, I think, came in here when they announced that JJ Redick was going to be the new head coach and looked at it as like a joke. Not because we thought JJ could not be a good head coach at some point. We just thought that he didn't earn or deserve the role right there because he had never coached before and he was young. Fast forward to today, Lakers look damn good to me when they're healthy. One of the best teams. So my point is to kind of piggyback Matt is that we don't know. He's young, it's risky. We don't know the history. He doesn't really have a history because he's never been a GM before, to my knowledge. So yes, it's risky, but who knows? He might end up turning out to be a genius and know the game at a high level and end up doing a hell of a job. So it's one of those things where Matt, I understand where JB's going to go, but we don't know.
Matt, let me get your take on the actual words he spoke out of his mouth, though, regarding the 10 picks and the veteran not being involved because it could slow down.
Yeah, hit it again. Let me listen to it again real quick.
Take a listen.
More, if you could evaluate, you guys didn't address defensive line, edge, in terms of your approach of what is already here and maybe what still needs to be added to the roster on those positions.
Yeah, we got 10 picks in this year's draft. We're going to have some spots that are actually open for them to insert. So, if you add a veteran at this point, could be just standing in the way. We're going to allow these rookies to, get a chance to get out on the field and help us this coming fall.
Okay. I think that he's under evaluating how important veteran leadership is. And they just got rid of a ton of guys in Jacksonville. They were all vets. They got rid of a veteran head coach as a Super Bowl winner for, I can't remember the dude's name, but a guy that they can control for sure that's a first-year head coach. So I think Jacksonville's going to struggle this year, number one. But at the same number two, like, how about we make the rookies earn the fucking job and cut the guys at training camp if they beat them out, not just cut everybody and then say, oh, hey, vet, move so we can give the rookie the job. That is not the way the shit's done in the National Football League, dog. So, yeah, after listening to it again and refocusing on what we're actually talking about, not the fact that he looks like he's 12 years old with a fucked up mustache. I mean, come on. I think that he's got his ass backwards. Why would you not want the rookies to compete and earn the job from a veteran rather than giving them the job and just cutting veterans and telling them to get out of the way? That is, if I'm a vet, number one, so what you're telling me is I have no chance to make the team? Well, I can't wait to go work hard for you at OTAs. I can't wait to go out there and bust my ass for you in camp knowing that you're just going to fucking cut me for the snot-nosed rookie you just brought in. And then if I'm Trevor Lawrence, like, so you're getting rid of Ingram and Brandon Sheriff and all these other guys around me that have been, I'm not going to say they've been good, but fuck, at least they're vets and they know what they're doing for just a bunch of rookies. He's going to be dog meat, bro. And he's already going to be dog meat because he sucks.
Let me ask you something. You mentioned him in the Eagles affiliation, I guess. Do you think he's taking a model and thinking that, they got Jalen Carter and Big Davis?
Yes.
And they
100%.
played those guys as rookies. Only thing, the fight back I have on that take is, okay, you're going to follow that model. Is there a Jalen Carter in this draft, A? And B, you remember Jalen Carter's rookie year, they had captain leadership and Fletcher Cox still there. Who does Jacksonville have to mentor a rookie if there is a Jalen Carter in this draft? And you know better than me. You know better than me in this draft. I know it's heavy D-line, O-line. Is there a D-lineman in this draft other than a pass rusher edge guy, an Abdul Carter, or maybe the kid out of Marshall? Or is there an interior guy? Is there an interior guy though, Smitty, Matt?
Well, let me ask you your first question real quick. Now that Matt kind of he has more knowledge on the draft. Eric Armstead is there. So when you ask about a veteran president, that's a guy who's been in Super Bowls, played for a long time, been a really good player, and they still got I think at the end, the linebacker spot, Josh Hines Allen, who's been a good player for a while too. So there is some vets there on that D line that can help, teach the young guys. But Matt, I want Matt to jump in on the actual draft piece.
Look, there's some good, defensive linemen in the draft. The kids from Michigan, Mason Graham, and then the other kid, Grant, those two are absolute freaks. I think there's some depth in this draft. You could get some good players there, obviously. And look, that might be the route they want to take. But at the same time, the optics of hearing, and I know that's contradictory, but still, like, hearing that as a rookie, you don't really need to compete for the job, and the veteran's just there. That is, number one, that is going to tell the rookies that they don't need to respect the veterans either. Like, this guy's not going to be here. Fuck him. I don't need to listen to him. I don't need to go do all the rookie stuff. It just, I think that it's a very, very short-sighted from the 34-year-old general manager. And look, this is where experience counts. And if you have done, you make stupid fucking comments like this that are like broad and can be taken out of context easily. So if I'm him, this is a learning experience on maybe you should keep your fucking mouth shut and keep your plan tight to the vest. Just because the media asks you a question does not mean you have to answer the question. Just come up, learn how to bullshit the media. I watched this. Have you guys seen the 10-part New England Patriot Dynasty documentary?
I haven't watched it yet.
It is fucking awesome. It is awesome. It's really well done. It's not really a fluff piece. Like, it's not just a jerk off piece. They're pretty hard on the Patriots and all the scandals and shit. But you really realize Belichick being like, you want to talk about somebody who just despised the media, and we all knew this, but the way he did it, it just is very aware. As you watch the documentary on just, they would ask him a question, and he's just, I'm not talking about that, and it's over. And like, he doesn't give them an explanation. It doesn't matter what the fucking media member thinks or the community. That's his answer. Move on. Like, some people need to learn how to do that when the microphone's in their face.
Matt, before you jump off, you and Bailey had a show today. Make sure you follow Matt and Bailey.
Hey, we got Ricky Williams on today, bro. I can't wait.
Ricky Williams. You got a quarterback there that I have actually an association with. Your freshman quarterback there who's got a big time arm.
That's you, Juju.
Yeah, Juju. His godmother is a good friend of mine. Shout out to Layla. She's an attorney. So I've known about the kid for a long time. Big time arm. Aaron Rodgers-esque as far as how he looks when the ball pops off his arm. Is he starting in Colorado?
Look, it's spring ball, so there's no like starters. Other than Jordan Seaton, I don't know if there's a starter on the field. Everybody else is competing for jobs. The Salter kid from Liberty is elite. He's a damn good player. He's a vet. He's been in tons of battles. He's played in big-time bowl games. He's played on undefeated nationally ranked teams at Liberty. But he's a run-first cat. And, you know, we've had Andre Gerard on. We had Phil Dukes on. You know, Marshall Falk just got hired up there as a running back coach. And everybody's talking about the same thing, and I've said it multiple times. The run game now, you don't have Shedeur and Travis and Wester and Horn and Shepard and all these cats no more. So they've got to find a tight end that can block. They got to find a scheme that works, and they have to commit to the run game. Whether it's Salter as a fifth-year senior who's a run-first guy and you can play 11-on-11 with him, or it's Juju who's 17 years old and hasn't had a start in college football and needs the run game as support. I will say this, though, bro. The fucking ball pops off Tenn's hand. Like, it is out quick, and he's really athletic and really smart and mature as shit for his age. And the guys in the room already are gravitating towards his leadership style and the way he does things. I think you're going to see both of them a lot. Like, I don't know how you can keep Juju off the field if he's that good, and I don't know how you keep Salter off the field either if he can assault people in the way that I think he can. It's going to look. I know I've harped on this forever, and we're talking about quarterbacks, but it goes full circle back to what I'm about to say. Jordan Seaton's special. Jordan Seaton 2 years from now could be the number one pick in the draft at left tackle. That's what kind of player he is. A Jake Long, Orlando Pace, Walter Jones type. Okay. The other four guys up front, they got to find four more, and they need to insert them and develop them, and they need to be mean as shit. And we got to CU has to choose to run the football. If they don't do it this year, I think they're making a choice not to do it anymore. Like, it's just not part of the makeup. I understand the last 2 years when you have Shedeur Sanders and the receiving weapons they had and everything else that goes into it. I get it, throwing the ball the way they did. But you don't have that anymore. You got to be a little bit more balanced. I don't think that Salter is the second pick in the draft potentially. So, I mean, we'll see, but the competition is going to be fun. And then you also have to take into account what happens if Juju does start. Does the vet stick around, or does he enter the transfer portal? You know, like, how do you slow play that so you get both of them on the roster in the fall? You know what I'm saying? So I doubt that they make a decision in the spring. So it's you got to finagle the personnel part of this in a productive way that keeps both guys motivated, you know, striving towards starting. Both of them need to consider themselves the starter in order to be productive individually. But I think that Colorado's got a good problem. They got two guys that can really play. So, that's a damn good problem to have, but it could turn into a pretty fierce quarterback competition too, where the guy that loses maybe has to go somewhere else to find opportunities. So it's going to be crazy and it's going to be fun. And personally, I don't know how you don't play the young guy if he's better. But then at the same time, the vet is the reason you brought him in is to be 11 on 11 smash mouth and really assault people and control time of possession and kind of change up the way you've been doing things at CU under Shador and that regime. So good problem to have, though. Let me ask you, Coach, what would you do? Would you start the rookie or the vet?
Man, the vet, for the simple reason he's got 4 years under his belt, and the actual understanding of the front coverage, etc. At this stage, I just think the rookie's going to struggle reading coverage, understanding.
He's really smart from what I hear.
No, he is a smart kid. Like I said, person that raised him is a big-time attorney. The kid's been around a lot of fucking smart people for a while now, and he's been throwing it since 8th grade like this, so I know he can throw it. But, as I know, Matt, you throw it into the fire, even though as smart as you can be, you still got a lot of little nuances you got to understand that people are going to throw at you.
That's the experience part of it. You can go on paper all you want. We can read a playbook forever, but unless you have the experience,
especially when especially in the portal, right? Especially in the portal when we got a lot of let's say portal heavy guys on defenses who can grasp the fact that I threw a lot at you on defense. Defense is always going to be ahead of the offense, especially a rookie. True freshman Q. So it's going to be interesting. I think he's a multi-faceted, talented kid, no question. He's the future. But starting day one, I'd probably bet that the veteran starts, and then, like you said, he probably play both guys. I mean, just nowadays with the portal to keep guys happy, you probably have to play both guys. But Matt, we're gonna.
I think both of them probably should and will play.
No doubt. Can't wait to see Ricky on your show. We'll see you later on. Friday, and hopefully we'll talk March Madness as it'll be well into it, and we'll be able to see and pick our Sweet 16 and Elite Eights and all that as the show.
Yeah, man. Enjoy the week. Remember, 0 to 60s rolling at 1:30 today. Ricky Williams will be on about 1:50. My ex-teammate down in Miami running that Wildcat, talk about his new TV show and everything he's got going on and help promote all that. This nice ass t-shirt you see me wearing right here, America on 60. Go to 60 Equipment or 60academy.com. Check it out. We've got a ton of new gear and swag up that you can ship straight to your house. And then last thing, as a father, my son Nicholas I think he's a pretty good prospect. He's got a lot of work to do in front of him, but 6'3", 260 is going into his sophomore year. At Mount Vista, he got invited to the Under Armour All-American, exclusive camp in Salt Lake City that only 60 guys get invited to. So one of only 3 sophomores in the entire region to get invited. So, bro, I'm proud of Big Boy. But now I told him, I was like, hey, congratulations. You got invited to this. I was like, get your fucking mind right. There's some monsters at this thing. You can't go out there and get baptized, so get your mind right. So I'm nervous as shit. We got 8 weeks to get ready for it. I can't wait. I love football, dog. It's such a great fucking game.
Shout out to you. Shout out to your son for earning that, and excited to see him ball out in 8 weeks.
Yeah, it's going to be fucking awesome. So, hey, you guys have a great week. Enjoy March Madness. I'll be back on Friday to talk that shit. Crazy fucking show, you two. I'll tell you. It's never ending fun.
Hey, save Real Sports.
Love always.
We got Super Bowl champ Shaun King on the other side of this commercial break. And then we'll be back with that. Shout out to can't wait, Smitty. There's a lot of news breaking, man. A lot of political news out there that possibly can't wait to break. I'm going to do a deep dive and talk about it tomorrow, but there's a true possibility that all the pardons get vacated, homie. Dr. Fauci and all these criminal motherfuckers might have their pardons snatched. Can't wait to talk about that. I'm going to do a deep dive. We're going to talk about that shit if that's true.
I ain't going to talk. I'm going to let you talk. I'm going to listen to it.
I can't wait to have you debate me on it and you break down a concise big time, in-depth conversation about that. Can't wait to hear your take on that.
I talk sports on this show, homie. It's a sports show.
Huh? So I can't wait to talk about that. We got a whole hour left, man. We got legendary Shaun King and a legendary Pat Kennedy, former DePaul and Florida State head coach. Hoops, going to talk bracketology. He's got all his brackets filled out, ready to go. So you're going to get some real insight on who to pick using BetUS as your prime time betting app. Head on over there today and use our promo code Coach JB as we'll be doing our bracket Wednesday morning on this show. So don't miss it. We'll be back in 3 minutes.
Savannah Bananas baseball team that does like the dancing, the Savannah Bananas baseball team that does all the dancing. Coach JB, just react to this, man, and kind of give you a take on why so many people watch this. They're one of the more popular, sports teams. Almost like the Harlem Globetrotters for baseball is how I would compare it. And very popular. People love them. They literally sell out crowds, make a lot of money. A lot of these guys actually played, I think, baseball at some point for real, like maybe in college or whatever. Now they kind of do this thing for fun. But what's your take? Why do you think so many people actually like them? Hey, baby. Good morning.
Go back to his name. Rewind. Go back. Rewind it. Right there. Pause it. Go back to his name, Bailey. Let me see his last name. Let me see that right there. That's why. Because he sucks cocks. Because he's a gay. This is gay. Suck cocks. That's why. He has the perfect last name. The fuck are we doing here, homie?
You a homophobe, homie.
The fuck are we doing? God damn. Oh, hell no. You fucking shitting me. You would not go see this fucking in real life. Stop the cat. Tell me right now, truth or lie. Would you go see this?
I don't watch baseball like that.
You wouldn't go see. Just keep it. Smitty's so good at this media shit. Like, you all talk that shit and he always wants to fluff me. Fluff me. He's good at this, homie. He knows how to be so mainstream corporate. I can't wait to get him out of there. I gotta be honest. I can't wait to get him out.
I still ain't gonna be you. That's what makes our show great, though, in my opinion. If we were the exact same,
you'll be a little different. Like, you might have just been like, nah, JV, that's a little too gay for me. Like, you might have said that. You might say that one day.
You're
like,
crazy, man.
Like how Smitty said, like, yeah, I don't like baseball like that. Like, he skipped over the mirrors and the cocks and all that shit. He skipped over all that shit.
I'm a bad boy, homie. I'm a bad boy, homie.
You know how to do it. Like, you know how to play the game.
The chat, like, they so micro, like, thinkers. They're so simple-minded that they don't even catch all the little shit I be doing.
Oh, I know. Yeah, I know. I'm so good in advance in this space because I have the it factor again, because I don't have to watch Laker games. I know everything about the game last night.
What's going on? We got our main man, Shaun King, in the building with the Raiders gear on. What's going on, Mr. King?
Shaun King got more gear. He got UNLV, Tulane, the Raiders. He comes on here with Bucks. He got every fucking bloody shit. I'm confused.
Friends at high places.
So who you rooting for at the end of the day?
Oh, I'm Florida boy all the way. I'm Orlando Magic, Tampa Bay Rays, Tampa Bay Lightning, Tampa Bay Bucks.
How about Duval?
But the thing about Shaun, Shaun just respects the game. He respects athletes, respects sports, he respects team. That's why he's able to wear Raiders gear or other team, Ball State,
Duke
gear, all type Duke, because he just respects the game. That's why I respect Shaun. How you doing? How was your weekend?
It was good. So I didn't get a chance to watch any of the show before I got on. So what am I walking into? Sound like I'm getting set up.
It's just a lot of bullshit you walking into. So I'm gonna just give you like the full show real quick. So JB started off saying, you know, he was highlighting Cooper Rush being signed to the Ravens. He predicts that next year Cooper Rush will end up being a starter towards the end of the season and winning a playoff game for the Ravens and getting them further than Lamar did. So that's number one. He also said the Bengals overpaid for Jamar Chase and T. Higgins, said that they're going to miss the playoffs again next year and lose games 52-50 every single week. Defense is horrible. Worst defense in the league. Did not get better at all. We talked about a gay couple having a baby. The man was getting pregnant. Deshaun Watson and his longtime girlfriend Jilly. He proposed to her. She has a beautiful ring on her finger. Matt and JB, especially Matt, like went in, called her dumb, stupid, all that. Said it was bad. I actually had Jilly on my podcast a couple years ago. Very talented young woman, very smart, very educated, and she stuck by her man. Maybe she believes him. I don't know. Maybe they have an open relationship. I have no idea, but they're engaged. Bill Belichick and his 24-year-old girlfriend are doing some beach yoga. As you can see right here, holding her up with his feet. She was in starfish position in the top left. That's called the starfish right there. She's still pretty good shape. Tell by her legs, she used to dance. And then last but not least, we're talking about Florida.
Tom and Jerry.
So now I guess cats have now gone soft. There's a video of a cat, Tom and Jerry, and a mouse actually cuddling and spending good quality time together. JB kind of went in on that, Shaun, because he feels like society's so soft now that even it's watered down and trickled down to our animals. So they're play fighting right here, and then as you can see, boom, now they're cuddling. Back in y'all day, they would be fighting. The cat would have ate that mouse. So that, and then last but not least, to get you fully caught up, the Jaguars GM, who's like 19 years old, had this to say when it comes to the draft.
In terms of maybe what still needs to be added to the roster on those positions.
Yeah, we got 10 picks in this year's draft. We're going to have some spots that are actually open for them to insert. So, you know, if you add a veteran at this point, could be just standing in the way. We're going to allow these rookies to, you know, get a chance to get out on the field and help us this coming fall.
And there you have it. And I think Duke and St. John's are the two best teams in the whole bracket. So,
first of all, I want to give credit to Smitty on that beautiful soliloquy. Did a great job of recapping everything that's gone on today. That's what Smitty does best. He is a content creator, Shaun. Doesn't know much about sports. He's just a very good content creator, so he adds great value to this show because of how he is as far as understanding and playing the game.
Yep.
So wanted to break that down. Shaun, real quick, as now that you know everything that's been basically laid out there in front of you, that's basically the 2.5 hours we've already been on the show. That's what happened. So what's your take about it? Any one of those things stick out?
Jacksonville's in trouble because Liam Cohen and that GM don't look like they have any idea what they're doing.
So that's what you took out of all Smitty said.
Yeah, I just stuck to the football stuff. Like, when in the hell did not having competition be a good thing?
I don't know. He's 30 years old. He's a puppy.
Like, what the hell is he talking about? Like,
JB made a good point. He comes from you said like the Eagles, like there's a connection with Philly, and you said maybe he's trying to like copy that model.
Eagles don't have any veteran players.
No, they definitely do. And to this point, add a little bit of context, like they have some veteran guys on the team. Like Eric Armstead's on the D line. He's still there. Josh Hines Allen. Like, they didn't cut absolutely every single body. I think he's just saying that, hey, right now we're focused more so on bringing guys in from the draft, younger guys who we can kind of like truly grow and model as a Jag versus going out and just bringing in, you know, a 10-year, 11-year.
You know what it sounds like to me?
I think that's his mindset.
It sounds like him and Cohen don't think they're strong enough to handle vets.
Ooh.
That they want to bring in young guys that owe them everything. That's what it sounds like to me.
That's a good take.
That's an interesting take.
Yeah.
I said that the only take I had is if he's following the model of the Eagles, they drafted Jalen Carter, Jordan Davis. And my question to you that I know you dive into this draft heavily every year. Is there D tackles that are rookies at the caliber of a Jalen Carter or Jordan Davis? And does Jacksonville, even though Armstead's there, do they have the Fletcher Cox captain presence, even for the 1 year that they had Fletcher to kind of tutor Jalen Carter along? I don't know if Jacksonville has that, if that's going to be this guy's, path of success. That's the only thing I took out of it, Shaun. He's going to follow that kind of blueprint. But if not, then I agree with you. I don't think these young kids are ready. They're in for it, man.
Yeah, I don't think there's a Jalen Carter from a talent standpoint. Mason Graham probably is a top defensive tackle, and he's going to be one of them rock solid guys. You know, that's a really good player, but I don't know if he has Jalen Carter's upside. If I was a Jaguar, I'd be worried. I don't know what they're doing. I really don't. I mean,
D. Jones is falling over in his
He talked about 10 draft picks like they all in the first round.
I know. That's the crazy part about it. Like, we got 10 picks and like no veterans are gonna have a shot. Like Matt made a point and was like, so you're telling all these guys in OTAs you have no shot already, so I'm gonna go bust my ass for you as a veteran? Like, who wants to go there? So I don't know. Shaun, real quick though, because Smitty broke this whole thing down. He broke the cat and the mouse down. He broke all the shit down. You took
I did have one other strong opinion.
Yeah.
What the F is Belichick doing? Like,
he did a starfish pose. Smitty broke down. Smitty and his wife does this same pose, I guess, on the beach.
I didn't say that.
And he said he knew every pose here, and Smitty broke down each one. The far left one is the one that I was most confused about, and I asked him what that was. Smitty broke it down, said it was a starfish. He starts off in a bench press position, benches her up, then extends his feet into a laid down squat position, and a leg extension press, leg press, old school, help your back out. He's older, so he's using the leg press scenario here instead of squatting all the dead weight on your back. So it saves the joints on the knees and the hips, apparently. So he's 72. So he's starfish position is what the one that I wanted to see.
Let's be honest. Belichick's position looks eerily similar in all four photos. She's the only one changing. But, I mean, when did he become this public figure? I mean, he went out of his way his entire New England tenure to give as little as possible to the media.
He's simulating, Shaun. He's playing the game.
But he's been single. Not all of a sudden he's taking pictures on the beach with like frozen smoke, dolphin, whatever the pose is called. I mean, he's leaking
downward dog.
He's leaking that she has to get CC'd on all internal emails at North Carolina. Like, what the hell, Belichick?
You liked that though when we brought it up last week. You agreed to that.
Right, but I'm saying it's so polar opposite of the Belichick we knew the entire time at New England.
Maybe this has always been him, and he's just really showing the world that now. You know,
she must got that good because she bringing a different side of Belichick out. But if I find out he in there with an apron and no drawers on, cooking eggs and bacon in the morning, boy,
baby boy. She riding the hell out that old man. And you know she's a cheerleader, so she's flexible as hell. She's young and shape, high energy. Like he ain't no cat this good in 50 years. You know, he's 70 something.
Shout out to Michael Lombardi. My boy Garrick McGee's now there. My boy Chris Jones, former Edmonton head coach, CFL, Alabama, Nick Saban, assistant.
Garrick is at USC?
Yeah.
That damn Garrett keep a job, boy.
He keep a job, man. Garrett's going to do his thing, man, getting a lot of kids there. He's a recruiter. He's a go-getter. He'll go get some guys in there. He's built a pretty good staff, man, to keep along with these young. I guess the image that he's portraying here with the starfish pose is probably the image that he's trying to appease to the young kids now, man. Apparently, that's kind of what I'm thinking he's doing. I don't know. I mean, it's interesting.
Let me ask you this, Shaun. If this is your daughter, she walks in, hey, Dad, this is my boyfriend, and she walks in with 70-year-old Bill Belichick. Are you cool? Are you cool with that? Are you like this? Like, I guess, like, what are the initial emotions?
Well, this girl is what, mid-20s?
She's 24 right now. They've been dating for a couple of years. So she's 24, he's 72.
I mean, it's not ideal as a parent, but I mean, when they get that age, you ain't really got no say so.
Yeah.
As far as like who they date, you just hope you raise them good enough that they make good decisions. Well, she grown.
Hey, Shaun, transitioning. I don't know if you're on the show the whole time, but we got a college hoops legend, former DePaul and Florida State head coach Pat Kennedy joins us at 8:30. So we'd love to get some takes from you on this tournament, and I want to transition to ask you. Cooper Flagg's out. He might be back sooner than later. I don't know how long, but Duke's done. Duke's done. Stick a fork in them, and then we're gonna move on. So your fucking bets are done. Where are you leaning towards now after the tournament and the selection committee was sitting? And do you agree that North Carolina should have got into the play-in with having 0 wins on their resume? They couldn't even beat a Duke with no Cooper Flagg. They beat UCLA and American. I think are only 2 teams they beat outside their fucking conference. I think it's the play-in is a ridiculous thing. That's my opinion. I think West Virginia and Boise State got snubbed in this whole thing. But that's just me. Where are you at with this tournament, the bracket? And are you going to pick a bracket? Because we're going to do Wednesday. We're going to do our bracket. So we advise you to have yours ready. Bailey's going to do a full-on graphic, movable thing, spreadsheet. I can plug them in and all that. So who are you going with, man? Now is your favorite that Duke is cooked?
First of all, you use words like blasphemy, cooked, put a fork in them, done. I'd rather you say congratulations. Hell of a run. Way to win a championship without the best player in the country. Because you know Duke is God's team. That's why the devil is blue. Don't talk about. We talked about this Friday. Flagg is 18. You heal differently when you're young like that. He'll be ready. Secondly, you can't name a person on West Virginia or Boise State team. So stop capping like you all invested in college basketball.
White boy.
They should be in the tournament. You can't name a goddamn player.
He's been going in on West Virginia all damn day. Like he really mad. He really worked up by West Virginia, Shaun. Like West Virginia. Like damn.
Well, here's my take. Here's my take. Let me show you how much knowledge I have and possess. Hands up. No, I ain't got no fucking. I got this new mic and shit, so I can't even go on the computer no more like I used to. I don't like it, but anyway, they say the sound's better. We'll see. But anyway, my back went out already twice. Here's the things, Shaun. Louisville, who lost to your Duke Blue Devils in the finals of the ACC tournament, correct? Am I wrong?
Yes.
I'm wrong?
No, you're right.
Okay.
They lost to Duke.
Let me ask you. Louisville is the runner-up.
And it's pronounced Louisville.
Okay, so Louisville. Louisville is the runner-up to Duke. Louisville. And they're the runner-up to Duke. Why are they an 8 seed? Why are they an 8 seed and they were the runner-up to Duke in a tournament championship that you guys are so good, apparently, right? Duke's closely so good. How are you the 8th seed? And then I want to know, to Smitty's point real quick, West Virginia and Boise and these other teams losing early in their tournament. So West Virginia loses to Colorado, I believe, in the first round, if I'm not mistaken. Boise loses, I believe, in the second round to Colorado State, if I'm not mistaken. Is the weight being carried, to my real question, in these conference tournaments outweighing the body of work throughout the season? Because in my opinion, West Virginia, look at their record. Look who they beat. Look at their schedule. And for them to be left out, I'm looking at other teams that got in, especially in North Carolina, who gets to play in a play-in, blows my mind.
JV,
hold on, Shaun, let me keep cooking. So Louisville's the runner-up. They get an 8th seed. And UConn, the defending back-to-back champions, also get the 8th seed. So I'm trying to make sure that I'm not the smartest cat, but I sure ain't the dumbest motherfucker when it comes to
JB, I mean, hey, Smitty, are we going to let him get away with this bullshit?
Go ahead,
Shaun. Go ahead and cook.
No, I'm not arguing college basketball until JB names a player that plays for West Virginia or Boise State. You can't.
I don't need to know. I don't need to know the players.
And you don't even watch college basketball like that.
I don't even need to know players. I just know everything about everything.
Hey, let's talk about this. How bad can the basketball program at LSU and South Carolina be? Good God Almighty! SEC got 14 of the 16 teams in the tournament, and deservedly so. Right. So that's a big part of the problem. Also, the ACC had a down year, so we needed another ACC team. What better brand than North Carolina?
And they still got to win them all.
I know. So
well,
they play San Diego State.
In there guaranteed. They still got to win them all.
They play San Diego State.
Yeah.
They'll probably lose.
They shouldn't even get in, though. They shouldn't even got the shot.
And JB, somehow he hates his first 4 in, last 4 out. It's been that way for how long, Shaun?
Well, it's like that. It's been a couple years, but it's like that because of the automatic berths for the conference champions.
Yeah.
So now you're at large to play to get in.
West Virginia is riddled with white boys. That's why I follow West Virginia.
Man, stop capping, man.
I love that Dylan J, the 6'4" guard. I like him a lot. Hey, I like the London kid. I like Jake Auer, the 6-foot guard. He's out of Clive, Iowa. I follow him tight.
Hey, Bailey,
Tucker DeFreeze, 6'7", 220 swingman. Great jumper. He can shoot the rock. And then they got the big from London. They got the big from London over there in West Virginia. So I know about West Virginia, homie. I know about it.
Hey, whoever's texting him this shit, stop. This the one year where I felt like the only reason people argued was because the chair of the board was a UNC. What is he? The AD at UNC.
Yeah, the AD. Yeah, we talked about that a little bit earlier today. That was kind of controversial.
This might be the most anticipated March Madness in a long time. Like it's probably 15 teams that legitimately think they can win it.
All right, so let me ask you. If I said, Shaun, you know all things about basketball, I'm going to dive in and put my money on Houston because I think even though they're probably not odds-on favorite, but odds-wise on BetUS, I'm betting them because the money makes sense. And Houston still can, in my opinion, because of their pressing defense that they play all game long. I think Houston has an opportunity. I think it's time for them to make a run. But my gut tells me Florida with their backcourt, the best point guard in college basketball, in my opinion.
Clayton Jr. is really good.
And the backcourt itself is the best. I think point guard play wins tournament games, as we've seen from the Tyus Edney 1995 UCLA run that will have Jim Herrig, that coach of that team, on this Friday, Shaun. I think Florida has to be my favorite in as far as my gut, but my money is going to go on Houston. But would I be remiss to say those two things? Would I be dumb to bet on those two guys?
I don't think so, but I would say this. I had to look his name up, but Juwan Roberts is Houston's best player. He didn't play in the Big 12 conference tournament, so they got an injury. Texas Tech had 2 of their 5 starters that didn't play and participate. Of course, Duke has Cooper Flagg and Malik Brown. So I just would say this is a couple teams got some injury issues. We got to see Houston being one of them. But I mean, Houston got a chance. The only thing I don't love about them, I think you got to have. You said it with Edney, but I think the bigger evaluation is shot makers. Do you have guys that can create and get their own shot in tough spots and games? And so,
where you at with the resurgence of the old school guy that we like, and Michigan
Johnny
State?
Boone?
Michigan State has done a great job. He's done a hell of a job. I love Izzo.
They got a chance. That's what I'm telling you. It's 15 teams that probably wouldn't be a Cinderella if they win it.
And what about Bruce Pearl? Bruce Pearl and Auburn on ESPN Live, basically out there saying, my point guards ain't pussies. And also everyone else there trying to cancel him now because he said it live on ESPN. I like Bruce Pearl as well.
They play a YOLO game. Like, so when they hitting their shots, they damn near unbeatable, but they damn sure ain't got no filter on when they shoot it. They play a YOLO kind of game. I think Florida's the most complete team. like as you mentioned, Clayton Jr. is box office. If you haven't seen Florida's point guard, I think he's number 1 play, but they got a really, really good team. If we are healthy, if Cooper Flagg and Malik Brown are fully healthy, then
who's again for the audio listeners? Who's we?
DUKE. You know my squad, man. Squad up, baby.
Oh, you play there?
I took official visit there just to see them play.
That's nah.
How you like them apples?
Well, let me ask you this.
Are we gonna speak on how good the SEC is? They got 16 teams in the league, dog. They got 14 of them in, and you can't argue with any of the 14 getting in.
That's phenomenal.
Isn't that kind of my point for years and years and years since Smitty and I've been doing this show that it's watered down as shit?
So I've been a year and a half.
And the women's side will be just as competitive. I like it when it's competitive like this.
I can't wait to the women's side. Yeah.
Is it competitive though?
That might be even better.
Oh, yes.
It is.
I'm telling you, JB, it's 15 teams that could literally win this thing.
Parody, homie. Love it.
We'll see.
We'll go on a little bit. We do have a cool rundown and play before our special guest joins us, and we'll talk a little bit of NFL here. Your guy, my guy as well, free agent QB Jameis Winston is scheduled to visit the Giants on Tuesday, per sources say, while the New York, brain trust waits for Aaron Rodgers' decision, is continuing to visit with alternatives. Joe Flacco, Russell Wilson, and now Winston, the former number 1 overall pick. I love it. It makes sense. Shaun don't like it. Tell us why.
I mean, listen, Jameis is good enough to make any offense better.
Yeah.
But I'm tired of him being on the short side of the deck.
I hear you.
You know, you go to New York, you got a second-year guy in Malik Neighbors who's super talented, but he's still finding his way. You got a bottom half of the league offensive line.
Yeah.
You got no other pass-catching weapons as we currently sit. Mm-hmm. And you got a running back in Tyrone Tracy that's had like a really good half a season who's going into his second year. With what probably is a lame duck head coach and GM. Like, I'd much rather him go to Pittsburgh with more stability, with DK, with Pickens, where he got a chance to actually, win big. Like, nobody expecting it. Put it like this. No matter who the quarterback is in New York, nobody's expecting the Giants to be a playoff team outside of the New York Giants building.
Yeah, that's a good point. I guess when I say I love it, I just love the fact that he's getting the opportunity more than anything. But everything you said is spot on. Like, in terms of just situation, it's not the best situation for anybody because they're going to complete, basically a rebuild stage right now. And it's not really fair for Jameis or whoever else to go there and expect to like.
And let me ask you that: has Jameis won a playoff game? As a starter ever?
I don't know.
No, he hasn't. I'll answer for you. No, he hasn't. I'll answer for you. No, he hasn't. I'll answer.
Has Sam Darnold?
He hasn't.
Has Sam Darnold?
No, but you know who has? You know who has? You know who has? Daniel Jones has. Daniel Jones has. And I didn't hear the same rhetoric when Daniel Jones won one. I didn't get anything from Shaun King and Smitty, but now Jameis Winston supposedly and apparently gets a jump over Daniel Jones for winning on the road in Minnesota. I didn't hear the same thing. That's why I'm just asking. I'm just asking Daniel Jones.
Well, let me answer. Winston, no. Let me answer. If you think Jameis Winston can go to New York and play a full season and finish with 15 touchdown passes, and the Giants still make the playoffs, then so be it. Because that's exactly what Daniel Jones did that year.
Yeah, but here's the thing. Jameis Winston is going to go into New York, and you know what he's going to be known for? Getting Brian Daboll fired.
Daboll's already on track.
Exactly.
Yeah, nothing to do with that.
That's my point.
Nah, they was already on track to get fired. It had nothing to do with Jameis. Blame Jameis for all the previous 3-4 years.
Shaun, let's be honest. Be honest, Shaun. Right now, Aaron Rodgers is on the thumbnail, and I think I'm kind of over the whole rhetoric of him holding teams hostage and telling them this wait. Apparently, Minnesota is 50-50 on trying to bring him in, and that's who he wants to go to apparently, or retire possibly. Russell Wilson's out there getting denied at the door. I guess he's gone to New York. He's gone to Cleveland. They're not high on him. So apparently Aaron Rodgers is the domino that must fall first before Russell can get a job. And then it looks like Jameis Winston. The best fit for New York is who?
Trade up and get Cam Ward.
All right. The best fit for Minnesota is who?
Play J.J. McCarthy.
The best fit for Cleveland is who for 1 year?
Kenny Pickett.
And the best fit for Pittsburgh is who?
Jameis Winston.
So Aaron should retire then.
I mean, I'm not fooling.
He said it without saying it. I'm just saying that's what the point was on that whole
I'm
thing.
not fooling with Aaron.
So he should retire.
Yeah. Like, he's not a great mentor, so why would I bring him in the building with J.J. McCarthy?
Let me ask you this. You said Kenny Pickett for the Browns. Why?
Mm-hmm. Because if he don't work out, then your quarterback room is completely empty. Because you'll be off the Deshaun Watson contract. Kenny's only on a 1-year deal. Next year's draft class is probably going to be better and deeper than this year's. And you don't have to overdraft a guy just because you don't got a stabilized situation at quarterback. Now, if Cam Ward is there at 2, I'd take Cam Ward.
But you would not take Shador.
Not over Abdul Carter and Travis Hunter. Hell no.
But you would take Cam Ward over those two.
Yes. And see, people got to understand when I give my quarterback evals, it's also based on what else is in the draft. Like, you don't pass over Abdul Carter or Travis Hunter to take a reach.
So basically what I'm hearing is that you don't think Cam Ward is a reach. You think that Cam Ward is so you're confident Cam Ward going to be good in NFL. Like,
I'm confident that he's got enough of the traits and has been productive enough at 3 different spots.
Yep.
On 2 of those spots where he was playing with a short deck. Yep. And the 3rd spot where he made them look better than they've looked in the last decade, even though they didn't make the ACC title game. Like, so I'm comfortable with that. I don't think he's a fully finished product.
Yeah.
But he's got enough elite traits and the production to back it up. So it's not like I'm getting a guy that's a 1-year wonder. Like,
Sean, we're on the realest show, so I want to go back and rewind real quick. For the regular season, we were talking Miami Hurricanes, Steve Kim, and you and I were breaking it down. We both had a similar ideology about Cam Ward. We said he fails to make layups. He's inconsistent as it gets. And in the past drafts, if we were to really evaluate it, Cam and Shador would probably be not even in the top 5 quarterbacks taken. What has changed with your take on Cam Ward now being – is it just because the draft at quarterback isn't very good and you think he's the best of this mediocre class, or has something changed that you've seen and now you're more confident in him?
I think if he's in last year's draft, he's fighting with Drake May from being the 3rd quarterback taken. To me, his film is very similar to Drake May. Drake May just utilizes his athleticism more than Cam does, but Cam's a really good athlete. He just chooses not to use it. When you watch Drake May film, kind of the same thing, miss a lot of layups, but got a big arm, very athletic. I think him and Cam will be in a fight for being the 3rd quarterback taken last year.
Calvin who, Allen? Calvin who just announced he's done playing.
So JB, here's the thing about Cam that kind of tilts the pendulum in his favor. His deficiencies are because of complacency, not lack of talent. And even though he misses layups, he never really throws a lot of picks. So it's like, I think you can coach him out of the bad habits, because I think a lot of times he plays like he gets bored back there. And trust me, he's not going to get bored if you go to Tennessee.
I hear you for sure. So let me ask you this then. So, we talked about Shador. What are your biggest concerns of Shador from a quarterback position?
So I don't have any concerns about Shador. I'm just evaluating the film.
Yeah.
Shador doesn't display elite traits consistently. I mean, arm talent, elite timing, elite pocket awareness and presence. I mean, the thing that he does show consistently is elite toughness.
Right.
And then on a inconsistent basis, he shows elite timing and anticipation. But there are also games where he doesn't play with that. So my thing is, and this is crazy because I want him to make as much money as he can and go as high as he can, but I think he has a better chance of being a successful NFL quarterback if he does drop on draft day.
Yeah.
And go to a better situation.
I respect that for sure. I would just, the only reason why I asked, just for my own understanding and the viewers' understanding as well, as to why the confidence in Cam seems to be a lot higher right now than it is in Shedeur. So I'm just curious on that. Now it makes perfect sense, and we'll all find out the answers here shortly. Moving on to another topic though, man. Eastern Washington University legend, obviously Bailey set this up. Cooper Kupp signs with the Seahawks on a 3-year, $45 million deal. He's going back home, where he's from, where he played, college ball at as well. What do you got? How you guys feel about this signing? I think it's a good pickup, all things considered. Obviously, got Sam Darnold there. He needed another weapon outside of Jackson Smith and Jigba. Cooper, when healthy, is still a damn good receiver. JB, I'm gonna start with you first. How do you feel about it?
I like it. He's back home. I think Shaun and I talked about this. Sometimes incentive is huge when you go back and you have a real incentive to play somewhere. That's why I liked Aaron Rodgers in Frisco more than anywhere else. It makes sense to come home for his last hoorah. Same here, because I think Shaun agrees he's on his last hoorah, even because of the injury. So,
right.
I like it though. I like it. Sam Darnold at least has him and the youngster
Smith and Jigba.
Yeah, so I mean they're not as. It's definitely not Minnesota with JJ and Addison, and that crew. But I do like it. I think Seattle at least is showing something that they're not just dead in the water. They're going to try to make a move here. I truly thought, and I was hearing that he was going to be a Raider or a Texan. I like those places better for him, not because the Raiders are closer than Seattle. I think they're further. I think Shaun and I agree Raiders have got a way to go, but I think that I would have liked to see him go to the Raiders with Geno and in an upsurge with Pete Carroll. I would have liked that move better, but listen, he's going home. I expect him to have a pretty solid year and mentor the youngster.
Shaun?
They got rid of a thoroughbred and bought in a Shetland pony.
That's your take, Shaun?
Yeah.
Well,
they let a 6'5" guy with an 8-pack that runs sub 4.3 go and brought in a broke down, used to be quality animal. Like Cooper had a great career. He maxed out. He did way more than people thought coming out of Eastern Washington. He won a championship. He was an integral part of the championship. He was offensive player of the year that year in the National Football League.
Think so, yeah.
But his body has completely broken down. And now you take him out of a controlled climate in New York, in LA, and you put him out there in that inclement weather in Seattle with Sam Darnold throwing him in the bombs. I mean, blow up missions. Come on, man.
So you don't think this really helps Sam Darnold out too much this year?
It's a lateral move. I mean, you go from Aaron Lockett to Cooper Kupp. They're basically the same player.
Tyler Lockett?
2025.
Tyler Lockett?
I mean, Tyler, my bad.
Yeah.
They're basically the same player, except Tyler still got a little more juice.
Well, I hear you, man. We shall see. It's better than that.
We're going to see. We're going to see if Sam Darnold is any good, because he's going to have to be good this time. He ain't just going to be able to throw to the best set of skill players in the league. He's going to have to really be what JB thinks he is in Seattle next year.
What do you think the excuse going to be from JB if, in fact, Sam Darnold takes a step back and becomes the old Darnold? What do you think?
He don't have any help. Their O-line don't block, which is the same thing Geno had to deal with last year.
Let me ask you, Shaun, the run game I like in Seattle. I don't know what they've done to improve the O-line.
Kenneth Walker be hurt all the time, though.
I know. That's what I was going to ask you. Like Minnesota re-signs Aaron Jones, right? So they solidified their back. They have another good back behind him. I like Minnesota.
Traded for Jordan Mason.
I still don't. Yes, and they got Mason. And again, another. I want to get full circle back to the Niners here in a second. But in Seattle, though, can Darnold succeed, though, with this current makeup of the roster?
He can succeed if he's like that.
I didn't ask
you,
Darnold.
Look, Sam Darnold has no shot. You can, you can capitalize NOSHOT. He has no shot of having a productive season next year.
Paris, make sure you put that on there. And make sure you say white quarterback Sam Darnold has no shot.
No shot.
And then on the other side, I want you to say black quarterback Jameis Winston will be the best quarterback in this.
So Smitty, here's what happens.
Yeah.
By the time people watch college football all day Saturday and watch the 1 p.m. Eastern, 10 a.m. Pacific early morning games, very few people watch the Seahawks, who always play at 4 Eastern or the 1 o'clock. Very few people are watching the Seahawks at that time. And most of them are Raiders or Niners fans.
Yeah.
And the Niners and Raiders generally play in that second window.
Yeah.
Seattle's O-line is atrocious. Like, they are bad. Like, and Darnell is going to his, just tell you, he had to take the money, but he's going to be miserable. And it's going to be cold. It's going to be raining. He's going to be miserable, man.
Man.
Hey, program update real quick. Pat Kennedy, a lot of these guys, man, this technology shit is new to a lot of these guys. So we had Bobby Crimmins on, was unbelievable, man. We lost him. It was hit and miss. Pat Kennedy's trying to get on right now, struggling with the link. So we're trying to figure it out, get Pat Kennedy on, man, to talk bracketology, because he was excited to come on because he has his bracket and he has a full take on it. And Bailey's trying to get him in, but it doesn't look like he can get in. So I don't know what's going on, the technology and if
he can get in, he'll jump in. If not, we'll close out with Mr. King here. Something I want to ask you earlier, because we kind of brought it up a little bit. We talked about Aaron Jones re-signing with the Vikings, and we talked about just kind of that's fit. We're talking about free agency. We're talking about just a lot of different moves here. Something that JB had loosely brought up was the 49ers. The Niners have let go of everybody this offseason. It seems like you mentioned Jordan Mason a few minutes ago, Shaun. What do you think that what's the plan for the Niners? Are they just in full blown rebuild? Or are they just trying to save money to be able to pay Purdy? Like what's your view on what the Niners are doing right now?
They're getting younger, and they're restructuring. So they had a business plan, right?
Yeah.
They put it into play. It was pretty successful. I mean, they had a lot of success over the last 5-6 years. All right, now they're trying to scale the business. So they got a new business plan. They got to get rid of a couple of assets to create new opportunities to grow. And so that's what they're doing. Like they were able to do and maneuver because they did not have to pay the quarterback.
Right.
Now they have to pay the quarterback. So they got to move some stuff around. They still going to line up with Brock Purdy, Christian McCaffrey, George Kittles, Brandon Ayuk, Juwan Jennings, Pearsall.
Trent Williams, and they end up re-signing their fullback. You came back. So you're right.
That's still a better collection of talent offensively than most teams in the NFL have. So, I mean, this happens to every team that gets extremely successful. Every team has to do it.
Oh, we got him. Yeah, we got him.
Nah, that definitely makes sense there, man. There was an argument earlier. I think we might be getting Coach on here in a few minutes. Fingers crossed. There was an argument earlier I just want to make some clarity on real quick. Brett Favre, I know he announced his retirement multiple times. What I was trying to say, and I was trying to get clarity on, and you guys can correct me again, those times that Brett Favre said he was going to retire, did he actually ever miss a year? I don't believe he did, right? Like those years that he was like, oh, I'm going to retire, he always ended up changing his mind in the middle of the offseason and returned that and played year after year after year. It wasn't an MJ situation where he actually missed 2 seasons and came back. I know that was off topic here, but I was just thinking about that earlier. I'm like, hold on. I don't think y'all understand what I'm saying. This guy didn't literally retire, leave, and then come back. So that's why I was saying earlier about the Aaron Rodgers thing. But anyway, yeah, I'm with you. I'm with you though, Shaun King, on this as well. I think the Niners are trying to get younger. They had an old plan, it didn't work. And the definition of insanity is doing what? Doing the same thing over and over again, expecting different results. So it's like, hey, we got to pay the quarterback. We got to go to plan B. I do think the Niners are still going to be a respected team this year, but I think their Super Bowl run is over. I think it's a wrap.
See, here's what happens with the Niners. You got people like JB out there.
Yep.
That don't like Shanahan
at all.
Don't want the Niners to be successful
at all.
And so they're going to nitpick at every little thing that occurs.
Yeah, he's a Rams fan, so he's biased. Even when the Niners were at their peak performance, he's going to find something to complain about. So, yeah, that's him.
Shaun, let's be honest. they're overpaid underachievers, whole roster, staff.
How are they
GM,
underachievers,
everybody.
JB? They've been to 2 Super Bowls under Shanahan and Lynch. How is that underachieving?
Makes no sense.
How?
They lost.
So, if you take the teams, so who's won a Super Bowl? Let's see.
So, hold on. Let me wait. I can cook you. It's real easy. So your rival and divisional rival has been to the same amount of Super Bowls, but yet won one.
Yeah, cool.
And guess what they also did? They traded for a quarterback to finally win it all. And you guys are literally the epitome of how not to win with horrible quarterbacks. You drafted Trey Lance. You lost all kind of assets. You got a rookie last pick, Mr. Irrelevant, who you're about to overpay just to underdeliver, to only lose to the rival Rams again. And then we're going to sit here and talk about Shanahan's a better coach than McVay? I'm trying to figure this out because it makes zero sense.
Boy, you trying to pull the wool from under the boy.
Yeah, get him, Shaun.
Get them out of here, man.
What'd I
Nobody
do?
wasn't comparing them to Kyle Shanahan and Sean McVay. We were talking
Everybody
about
does. Everybody does.
You use the word underachieve.
Mm-hmm.
How in the hell can a team that's been to 2 Super Bowls in the last 5 years be underachievers?
I can answer that. I can answer it real easy.
And 3 NFC championship games too, though. Don't forget the NFC championship game when Purdy hurt his elbow the first drive of the game.
Yeah, but timeout though. It's funny. I'm curious though. Who had the best roster in football? The 3 of the last 5 years. The Niners.
You can argue them, the Eagles.
Why don't they have any wins?
Ravens.
Why don't they have any
Argue
wins?
few
Why-
teams.
Who was up on the Chiefs by 12 points with 8 minutes left and lost?
Hey, look. We're not about to do that. I want you to address how in the hell going to 2 Super Bowls over the last 5 years is underachieving.
Makes no sense. I
really
get
is.
you want to finish the job, but again,
You know
I
what?
say this all the time. You know how hard it is to get to a Super Bowl? Shaun actually knows.
Smitty would get rid of his waves for the Colts to have been to 2 Super Bowls in the last 5 years, in the last 10, in the last 20.
Shaun, explain how hard it is to even get there, please, because you went there and won.
There are Bears fans walking around in Chicago that will give up half their paycheck for the Bears to sniff a Super Bowl.
Only one team wins every year, Shaun.
Come on, JB, man. Don't do that. Don't do that.
Come on, man.
Just saying. But the bottom line is, though, but at the end of the day, though, don't we judge these dudes on winning them, not just going to them?
But you still got to be compared to your peers. So compared to 27 of other organizations out there, they're not underachievers.
But these guys have the most loaded roster, though. They have a clear and cut most loaded roster they've wasted. That's why my overhype on Shanahan is so valid. They've wasted roster.
They lost to the Chiefs twice in the Super Bowl.
Shaun, their roster was more loaded both times and lost both times.
So look at their losses. They lost to the Chiefs twice and at Philly, where they end up playing McCaffrey at quarterback in the game.
I don't want to hear all that because
it's not like they got upset by anybody. They lost to them.
Andy Reid and Mahomes and beat a lot of people together.
Come
that
on,
combination
man. What are
beat
you
most
talking
people.
about?
What are we talking about, homie?
They should have they're let's just go to brass tacks right now. Let's talk about them right now. They've missed their window. Let's be honest, dog.
I do think that. I do agree with that.
Their window's done. They got old overnight. They got hurt overnight. And we all make the same excuses for them as we did the Rams. The Rams went on a playoff run last year that had the same amount of injuries that the Niners had. But guess what they had? A guy named Matthew Stafford. And I don't understand why you guys don't understand.
The
That
Rams
you're
got
actually
healthy
making
early
my
towards the
point. You're
season. They
proving
got healthy
everything
right at the
I'm
right time.
saying. I don't get it. Why you don't understand that? I don't get it. I really don't. Like it's all you guys are really advocating for the Niners and him so bad that you're just missing the fact that they continue to waste rosters. This guy did it as the OC play caller in Atlanta, up 28-3. Then he goes and does the same shit over and over and expects a different result in Frisco. But guess what? He got the same result. Another loss with another loaded roster. And when is enough, Shaun? That's all my question is. When do we say, all right, you know what? He is overrated. And you know what? They're done.
Who you gonna bring in that's better?
Hold on, Smitty. This is why JB can be cooked.
Yes.
Because you just got to put the oven on 300 and just keep it right there. See, he always trying to change the narrative. He trying to switch the argument up. We started because you said the Niners are underachievers. And I call BS on that being attached to them because they're not.
Clearly underachievers. But okay.
To who?
To everybody.
There are 32 of these companies in the world. At least 27 of the 32 would trade the last decade of their organization with the San Francisco 49ers organization 100%.
Let me ask you something. Kyle Shanahan's the son of who?
Mike Shanahan.
And then on Mike Shanahan's grave, God forbid it, not yet, but he's still I just played golf with him. It's going to say Super Bowl winning coach. His son is going to say Super Bowl losing coach. Who's the underachiever in the family? Go ahead.
Well, they already in a special part of the cemetery because ain't a whole lot of headstones out there that got dad and son that actually took a team, separate organizations, by the way, separate conferences, multiple Super Bowls. So let's get that ain't underachieving.
Well, Kyle didn't do that. Kyle was OC that choked it off as the play caller.
No, he's taking the Niners to 2 Super Bowls.
Yeah. But you said 2 different conferences. I don't know which one you're talking about.
Because Mike coached for Denver. So they're in the AFC.
Oh, you're talking about the dad. Yeah, but he won. Yeah. I'm talking about the son that lost, that keeps losing.
How long did it take for his daddy to win a Super Bowl?
I don't know.
Because they lost a lot.
Come on, Elway retired after the second one. Come on, you know. No,
he won him,
was just rocking.
He got him, though.
Elway won his first one like 37, didn't he?
Put Elway on the damn Niners. Or hell, put Elway on any team, and they probably win a championship.
And I'm not trying to diss Mike. All I'm saying is everybody's journey is different. First of all, Kyle's still young. His shit ain't over yet. Yes, do we feel like he had teams that could have won? Of course, if you make the Super Bowl, you have a team that's capable of winning. But they ran to Mahomes and Andy Reid. Like I'm saying, sometimes that happens. Sometimes you run into better coaches, better quarterbacks, better teams at that time. And
you know what? Shaun, it goes back to the cat and the mouse being good friends.
Okay.
That was AI. That wasn't real.
That was real.
That was AI.
No, it's not AI. It's real. And guess what? It goes back to that. I guess like we want to comfort everybody into thinking that mediocrity is the new excellence and it's okay to lose. It's okay. Baby girl, it's okay. You participated. That's enough for me nowadays. That's what we become. You know what I'm saying, son? Because I know you and I have the same mindset. It ain't good enough just to get there. You got to win the motherfucker. So don't tell me now that mediocrity is your new excellence, Shaun.
No. See, you like to get real creative with the wordplay.
Yeah, there you go.
You use the word underachieve. I didn't call mediocrity excellence. Absolutely not. And getting the 2 Super Bowls in 5 years is not mediocrity.
Right.
Because it's less than probably 3% of the league that can say in the entirety of their organization they've ever made 2 Super Bowls in 5 years. See, you getting cooked today, by the way, because I'm on your ass. And you trying to wiggle your way out of it with an AI video that Bailey or Paris. I'm gonna start blaming Paris.
It's not AI.
Too.
It's real.
Nobody said that he was the best coach in the league. Nobody said he was the GOAT. Nobody said if we came on the show and we were saying that, then we would feel you would have a point. We're just saying don't come on here and say that he ain't one of the best quarterbacks, best coaches, in the league. But guess what? Forget all that. I think it's time. We got our special guest. I think the camera guy is working. The mic is working. One of the all-time great head coaches, the one and only Pat Kennedy's in the building. Can we bring him in?
Pat, how you doing, Coach? No voice. Can't hear you, Coach.
We can't hear you, Coach.
Let's see. Maybe you got...
He probably didn't connect his mic or it's coming out the wrong...
He's muted.
No, we cannot hear you now. Well, you're muted now.
Let's see.
Press the mic button, Coach.
Hit the mic button, Coach, if you see that mic button.
We can't hear him.
It's unmuted. It's muted.
Well, he took it off. We still couldn't hear him. I bet you it's something, the audio settings when you go through. I wonder I
don't know why it's so hard. I apologize, Coach, if you can hear me. We'll try to figure this out, get it easier for you. Bailey's going to try to figure you out and get this figured out here real quick. Appreciate you, Coach.
I definitely wanted to give him a shout out.
Yeah, man. He coached Sam Cassell, Charlie Ward, you name it. Coach Kennedy coached some great ones, man.
See, he let you be great. See, if Mike Krzyzewski would have saw the greatness in me in basketball, I would have been a Duke Blue Devil.
Hold on, you could hoop for real?
I played at Tulane my first 2 years.
I didn't know that. I didn't know that.
Yeah, and I would have went to Duke, but Coach K wouldn't let me play basketball.
What?
Yep.
Shaun, you a bad boy.
Man, look, that's why I got to salute Pat Kennedy, man, and Bobby Bowden for letting Charlie Ward get out there. Look, I could have been a New York Knick, man.
I got more respect for you. I didn't know you was like that, Shaun.
Oh, hold on.
I think I would have dogged you. I think
I got even more respect. Not saying I didn't have respect. I even
I think
more.
I would have dogged Sean King. I think I would have dogged Sean King in the post.
You think
personally?
So?
Huh?
You think so for real?
Personally, yeah. I have.
You know what, Shaun was real smart. You probably would have in the post because Shaun. I'm assuming you play guard, right?
Man, listen.
You play guard. Yeah, you probably got him in the post.
I'm country strong, man.
Me too.
JB out there lifting weights with bricks and stuff, man. We got real weights in Florida, man. We out there.
That's why.
Wrestling with hogs, man. What you talking about? You ain't gonna bully me in the post.
But JB grew up like bitch pressing in the front yard with a beater on.
Right. The bar bent though, don't count.
Homie.
Uzi on his lap.
Hey, Shaun. I grew up with fucking plastic weights with water and sand in them.
Right. That ain't lifted.
Why you laughing?
Hey, Shaun, if you didn't have the right weight, the one side 25 was 23 and the other one was 30. Hell yeah. Hey, Shaun, real quick, your take on as we get hopefully Coach Kennedy, man, the great legendary coach DuPaul, fucking Florida State. He's coached all over the place, man.
Florida State, he's super duper legend for the state.
Yeah, I mean, he coached some great teams too at Florida State, by the way. And I'm a good friend with Charlie Ward, man. We got to get Charlie on the show. He coached Pat. Let's see if he's back. Let's try it out, Bailey. He's back. Coach, we got you? No voice for some reason. Can't hear you, Coach. Bailey's trying to get him in. We got to figure it out. Hey, Shaun, what's your take on T. Higgins and Jamar Chase real quick?
They deserve to get paid. I'm happy for both of them. I mean, what Chase deal come out of 40 a year?
What Chase get,
41,
y'all?
I think. 41 maybe. Something like that.
And what T like 28?
Did T get like 28 and a half?
Yeah. Which JB said he wasn't worth, he wasn't going to get.
Yeah.
Yeah. We remember.
So okay, look, brass tacks. We're cool. We saw they got paid. The brothers got paid. Whoop-de-whoop. How does that help this team? I don't think it does at all. Go ahead.
I mean, they've obviously planted their flag in the sand with Chase, Higgins, Gesicki. They're going to outscore people. They're like, okay, we're going to be so good on offense that's going to carry us.
Yep. It helps solidify
you think
that
they're going to win
offense.
52-50 every game?
I don't believe so.
I don't think they were going to win if they brought back Henderson and all them guys instead.
Right. And by the way, latest news too on that, they're still trying to find a way to re-sign Trey Henderson, by the way. I just saw that from my guy Jordan Schultz. There's still hope that they'll be able to actually sign him as well. So that the Bengals, hey, as much shit talking and criticism that I gave them, I gotta give some praise for. It looks like they're trying to do their damn thing and sign the guys that matters to them the most. So shout out to the Bengals right now. I got to give them praise. And I think they got a new D coordinator. I'm sure they'll get some guys in the draft. Sometimes a new philosophy, like I said earlier, is what you need to get the defense going. They can't be any worse, Shaun. So just off the back, just off the strength of that, they got to at least be a little bit better. So we'll see.
Hey, Coach, can you tap the mic button on the bottom there? It should say tap that mic. I thought I heard him. No, can't hear you still.
Oh, Coach.
Go ahead. Oh, hit the button again, Coach. Hit the mute button again.
I heard something for a second.
I thought I heard something.
He froze.
Now
he moved.
There you go, Coach. Talk. Oh, no, you had it. Hit it again. Hit mute again. Now talk.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah, you got you. Thank you, Coach. Hey, Coach. Hey, man, this is not for the weary, man. I hate this technology shit as much as you, Coach. Hey, Coach, it was easier to tell Sam Cassell and Charlie just go to the rack, huh? Shit.
This is easier than beating Dean Smith and the Tar Heels, for God's sake.
Mic drop. Mic drop.
I love it.
Hey, Coach, it's a pleasure to have you on, man. I appreciate you coming on with us, man. I know this is March Madness. Shaun King, former NFL quarterback for the Bucs, Tulane legend. This is my co-host, Darnell Smith. And I'm glad to have you on, Coach. Coach, real quick, Florida State, was that your favorite time to be coaching, or just because you had the success, or was DePaul and the other places you made it even sweeter?
Well, I came up under the tutelage of Jimmy Valvano, and when we were at little old Iona College, obviously his big thing was building programs and rebuilding programs. In fact, there was another coach at the time that was doing a similar kind of job by the name of Tommy Penders, and he went to Texas and I went to Florida State. So our forte was taking programs that were down and kind of rebuilding them. But I kind of did that everywhere. We rebuilt the program at DePaul, and then I had all of those kids that went to the NBA, Quentin Richardson, Bobby Simmons, Stevie Hunter, and lost all those guys. That was at the time where you could test the waters for the NBA draft. But I will say, with the success we had at Florida State and the uniqueness of having, I think I'm the only coach ever in the history of the game to have a Heisman Trophy winner as my point guard. And that team was just tremendously unique. Great guys. I mean, you had Charlie Ward. He was the president of our Fellowship of Christian Athlete. Was a true Christian athlete. In fact, he's opening up a Champions Ranch here in Tallahassee, which is a unique idea. He's going to try to take it nationally if he can. He's getting tremendous funding right now from the Warwick Dunns and the Derek Brooks of the world. And so he was a unique individual. Then we had Sam Cassell, who grew up in the streets of East Baltimore, and Sam was from a totally different environment, and I love them both dearly. And then I found Bobby Sir up in old Wilkes-Barre, Pennsylvania, where I played Division II ball in college. And those three guys all played an average of 13 years. So it was very unique. We had, Mike Krzyzewski and I used to say we would play Duke. We'd have nine NBA players on the floor. We'd have 7 first-rounders. I mean, you just believe me, I think this year's been fabulous. There's some great kids, great players, coaches doing great jobs of coaching the kids. You got Rick Pitino, Kelvin Sampson, guys doing great work with the kids. But yeah, so I'd have to say Florida State, because we were a game away from the Final Four, and I had 2 players that were out, injured, Andre Reed and Chucky Graham. Chucky was a 6th man who had 28 once against Carolina coming off the bench. We lost to Pitino's team at Kentucky with Travis Ford and Jamel Mashburn and those guys. So that was our best run. But I did enjoy DePaul, because we took them from where they were like 3-28 and Joey Meyer had been fired. And in my 3rd year, we lost to Kansas in the first round of the NCAA tournament, Roy Williams' Kansas team in overtime down in Charlotte. So we had some great runs. We had some great runs at Iona. We lost to Virginia on St. Patty's Day X number of years ago by 1 point, 57-56. That was the Oldham Polonese team that, at Virginia that went to the Final Four. So had some great moments, just blessed by the good Lord, and had a great bunch of kids that out good people.
Hey, Coach, real quick before I ask you a couple questions, I appreciate you chiming in and coming in for us. I love to have the legends on, man. This is Legends Week. We got Jim Herrig on Friday talking about his UCLA run. He'll be on our show Friday. Let me ask you, how important was it to take the strong suit of your player, your talent, like Sam Cassell, and figure out, okay, he had the baby hook shot in the lane, the runner. Did you see these traits and say, all right, we're gonna attack these teams using these kids' traits? Like Charlie Ward was just a nutty gutty, like you said, leader, ultimate leader and winner, coming from the gridiron over to your court, the hard court. Where are you at with that? Did you take those suits and say, hey, man, we're not going to just do it my way. We're going to mix this up. You're going to do it my way, but your way as well.
Right, absolutely. And I think Rick Pitino has made reference to that several times about, building a team around the players' talents. Now, we always hear the system. The one system that we grew up with as younger players and coaches was the Princeton system, the Princeton offense. And it's very interesting because when you see all this dribble, backdoor cut, dribble handoff, dribble screen on the ball. That was all Pete Carroll stuff from Princeton. So people are still using that. It's just that when we went into the international philosophy of playing and spreading the floor with 5 out, that's kind of the it's
froze.
Hello, you there?
Yep, we're there.
Yeah, we always ran a half court 1-3-1 trap that usually gave people some problems. It's funny when I see Bobby Hurley all the time now, he always rids me about that. He'd hate to see us go to the 1-3-1 trap because we trap his ass and he'd have trouble getting out of the traps.
Hey, Coach, you're from the New Jersey area, and I grew up at a prominent high school in Artesia High. Played with Ed and Charles O'Bannon and some legendary guys out west. We played like DeMatha and some other teams back then. The Hurleys and the Catholic schools there in New Jersey and all this stuff. Do you think the best basketball coaches come from your area?
Well, the game really, when you think about it, really got its start in the cities. I mean, the real core of basketball. I grew up in the New York area, and we would go to Dyckman up in the Bronx. We would go to, down to Harlem. We would go to 7th Avenue, and that's where you played a lot of basketball. And even for a white kid, if you were a white kid and you went up and played at Dyckman in Harlem, you were playing against some of the best players in the whole metropolitan areas.
Hell yeah, love it.
Directed by Sonny Hill. So,
We got him.
Hello, you guys still there?
There you go. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yep, we're back. Got you.
Back.
Got you. Yeah, I'm the same way, Coach. I grew up in Compton, so I get it.
Can you hear us, Coach?
Yep. You hear us?
I don't think you can hear us.
You hear us, Coach?
Coach.
Hey, guys, you still there?
Yep.
Yes, we are.
You hear us? We hear you. Can't hear us now?
No, you can't hear us now.
Dang it. He can't hear us, I guess. We heard him. Damn. It's man, we love the legends, man. We got to try to see if I guess he's buffering. I don't know. Shaun, I remember those teams, though, Florida State. I'm going to tell you, they were a fun team to watch. They had a big man, too, Shaun, back in the day. They had a power forward that was legit.
Yeah, I think his name was Edwards. His last name was Edwards. He ended up having, like, another brother that played at Kentucky. I think his brother's name was Allen Edwards. I think his name was Douglas Edwards, if I'm not mistaken, was the big guy on that team.
Yeah, they had another cat, too. I remember the name. I can't remember it. Yeah, he probably got a call, and it probably stopped the fucking
I had a question for Coach, too.
I know. I was gonna tee you up. I was gonna throw you the little assist, and then the buffering happened.
Man, yeah, I don't know. Anyway, we're already over, man. We tried it. We're gonna figure it out. We had to get Coach back on, man. We'll get Coach back on, and we got to get Bobby Crimmins back on too. He figured it out at the very end, Shaun, when you left. He came back with the audio on and the video. So we'll figure it out, man. We appreciate everybody.
I got a question for the chat. So there's this procedure where you can get your hairline tattooed back into your head. Like I want my edge back. Like, so I want to ask the chat, because they call me Unc. Should Unc get the tattoo enhancement and bring the hairline back?
I think you should. Dion got it years ago.
Let me know in the chat the pros and cons. Should I do it? Should I just keep rocking the bald head?
The bald is clean, but I think, it's 2025. Let's try something different, because worst case scenario, Shaun, you can always go back to the bald. It ain't going nowhere.
See, I don't think you can if you tattoo it in. I think it's permanent.
Oh, so it's like a literal tattoo?
Yeah, yeah.
Don't do it, homie. Don't do it.
Never mind. Don't do it then.
Sean, if we're gonna stay true to the show, it's for the show's purposes only. I really don't care about your hair, but you can't do it because then we wouldn't be the realest show on planet Earth anymore. It's like the BBL for the females. We like real ass. We don't really want fake ass.
See, the realness of the show is I didn't just show up one day looking like Smitty. I'm throwing it out there to get the chat's opinion, and if I show up with a hairline, they know what it is. Like that's the realness of it.
Isn't it like a surgery though? It's not a tattoo where they're able to like take hair particles from somewhere else and like put it in your hair and your hair actually grows back?
Have you ever seen a black guy with a bald fade on there? No, all those guys got long hair. I ain't never seen like your haircut do it.
Tap in with Coach Prime. I thought Coach Prime got
Coach,
that.
you got us?
Yeah, can you hear me again?
Yeah, yes, sir. Appreciate you coming back on.
Shaun had a question before he hopped off. Let's
So-
go to Shaun real quick.
So, Coach, I'm from St. Petersburg, Florida.
Okay, my man.
You had one of my guys up there, David White.
Yes, David White. David White was Charles Barkley recreated when I was at FSU. He was at Bogosiega High School, 6'6", about 220, could break the backboard. And God love him. Him and his dad was a detective in St. Petersburg, one of the
Yeah, this kid was a hooper. I mean,
he said
he was
6'6", 220 can break the backboard.
And this mid-'80s.
Mid-'80s.
Yeah. Can
Yep, we hear you.
Yeah, we got you, Coach.
Oh, you're muted again.
You're muted now.
Hit the mute button again. There you go. Go ahead.
Yeah, David has done really well in his life. He's run an AAU program down there, but you know, he was a great player. One of the things I did when I came to Florida was I said, we're going to recruit the best players in Florida. And back then, the best players in Florida just never stayed here. You know, they just didn't, they went out of state to play. And Monty Tao was the assistant coach with Norm Sloan over at the University of Florida. And so Monty was more of a modern day recruiter. And so, you know, between him and what we did at Florida State, we started recruiting all the in-state kids. Chris Corgiani, you know, another great player coming out of state. James Collins, who played for us out of Jacksonville, was another great player, played in the NBA. So, as you guys know, there's a lot of great players and a lot of great physical specimens here in the state of Florida. So we really concentrated on Florida. And we had, you know, Douglas Edwards was another kid on that. Rodney Dobart went overseas.
Technology let us down.
Yeah.
All right, fellas, I got kid duty. I got drop off. Hey,
All
Chet,
right, that's all
let
good.
me know.
I gotta hop off here soon too myself.
Yeah. Coach, you there?
You're
Hit
on
mute
mute.
again.
There you go.
There you go. Coach, man, we don't want to hold you, Coach. It's we got to get you back on. Now that you kind of know how to do this, we're going to get you back on if possible, maybe later this week or next week. I know March Madness. Who's your favorite to win it all?
Well, I think if Flag is healthy, Duke's going to be hard to beat.
How much stock do you have into the guys like you mentioned, Calvin Sampson and Houston, and then the Florida team with the backcourt they have and the point guard they have? How strong are they? And along with Auburn, are they got chance too?
Well, Florida, I just think is the most complete team, and they've got quality depth. You know, it's very interesting. Their lead point guard, his name's escaping me right now.
Clayton Jr.
Clayton Jr.
Yeah, Clayton Jr. See, Coach Kennedy live in Tallahassee. People that's not from Florida don't realize Tallahassee, the boondocks.
Yeah.
He probably out there in one of them rural areas of Tallahassee. The cell phone service ain't good.
Like he laughing. That spectrum.
For real. Tallahassee is South Georgia.
Yeah. You on mute, Coach. You on mute.
Yeah. Coach, we got to get him back on, man, and now we got this.
You
figured
there?
out.
Am I on now?
Yeah.
You know, the 5 guys that start for Florida, they all transferred in from low to mid majors. I mean, Iona really is a low major, and Walter Clayton went to Iona first and then went to Florida. So it's a new trend of what's going to happen with this portal. Again, it's remarkable that so many of those kids transferred into Florida.
So, Coach, like, you got to watch JB because he's a slickster. He was so disappointed that you said Duke is going to win it all. You see how he brushed over that quickly and tried to get you to talk about Florida and Houston. I'm a big Duke fan. Grew up, took an official visit to Duke. Of course, I played football because Krzyzewski didn't have the foresight you had with Charlie Ward.
You could have played both, right?
I did. I played both at Tulane under Perry Clark.
Oh, okay. You played for Perry.
Yeah.
You weren't on the team we beat to go to.
No, I'm a little younger than that. So I went to college in '95.
I think
Hey, Coach, you went on that team that we tore up in 1984.
We beat that ass. That's what he said. Basically, he said, when you're not on that team, we beat that ass on.
Hey, man.
Hello? Can you hear me now?
Yeah,
we hear you, Coach.
So I played with Gerald Honeycutt.
Hit the mute button, Coach. Hit the mute button again. I think he's muted again. There you go. We'll have to redo this with Coach, man.
Coach funny too.
Yeah. Coach got swag. Low key, he got some swag, man. We got to fix it. Hey, chat. We're gonna get it right. We got these legends on, man, every day. We got Jim Herrick on Friday. We got some loaded guests all week long. Hopefully, we get this thing right. And we'll get Coach Kennedy back on, man. But it's been a great show. Appreciate you guys, man. Follow us. Hey, a new time for Unpaved with Shaun Salisbury starts 10 a.m. Pacific in about 45 minutes, 1 p.m. Eastern. So I'm right going over to Unpaved with Shaun Salisbury right after this. So follow our new time on Rumble. And Shaun, Smitty, been great. Appreciate you guys. We'll see you tomorrow, Smitty. See you Wednesday, Shaun, with our bracket ready to go as Houston's going to win it all. Appreciate everybody. Pound that like, subscribe. We'll see you tomorrow. Peace.